very well regulated, low source impedance, but guess what? It doesn't sink current because it's not a shunt regulator. So if you use one of those, it's not going to work.
Oh boy.
I found that out the hard way.
I do that all the time. I thought that was standard operating procedure at JTD Radio.
Oh, he's still here just to get that jab. Just get it. That's it. Get him one more time.
No, I'm not sticking pins in you. I'm sticking pins in me. Actually, you got a pen remover?
It's all right, Paul. I really do enjoy being jabbed. It's fine. Please, don't apologize. I did something stupid, and it didn't work.
Every 20 minutes.
What?
I'm on the air is because of a happy accident.
Uh-oh.
Yes, it's a boy.
Whoa.
Yeah, no kidding. I had 2 girls.
Yeah, you don't have to pay for weddings.
Had the boys. You know, what's the worst? Couple of knockdown, drag-out flights, a bloody nose. But with girls, it's always daddy.
W2 very weak.
W2JT.
W2BTK.
So who among us has had daughters?
I'm raising my hand.
Is this thing working?
Yeah, but you're 2.5 kilohertz high.
It's like Dickens. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. You know. I know folks that had a corral of boys, and it's like broken glass and busted this and screwed up that, and I think they get off light.
Well, you know, my mother always said she was happy to have 2 boys, you know, me and my brother. And her justification for it was because boys don't come home pregnant.
Yeah, and they don't come home with problems.
For me personally, no kids, no gray hair, no high blood pressure, and no heart condition. I think because I never had kids. Oh, and no
Is there a baseball?
Who's going to take care of you when you get old and feeble?
I want a baseball card with you on it. I'm going to collect it.
And that's just a big maybe.
No wife, no kids.
I recently told a friend of mine I was considering maybe getting married and having kids this late in life. Everybody I have mentioned that for the possibility of that was told me I wasn't these a lot of people that would, you know, these are my parents, my friends. Like they'd threaten to smack me if I did it.
Call Joe.
I don't see the upside.
Thinks it's a good idea, but I still don't. I think it's bad. Don't do it. Although Joe thinks it will do it. Don't do it.
Then I'll just stay with the running the losing unfinished.
Yeah, you definitely need to rent. Rentals are good. I don't
What?
but I think they're good.
Speaking of rentals,
It's cheaper.
I have to go to my rentals tomorrow and pull out 4 air conditioners. Maggie.
Hey.
This is Maggie. She's the reason I have 4 rentals. But I was not a landlord till I married Maggie, but Maggie was a property owner.
You take the air conditioners out of your tenants' windows for them?
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't want to have to replace the windows.
You trust them? No.
They're monkeys with crowbars and 4 left paws.
Oh, okay.
It's easier, it's cheaper. I'll get down there. I'll pull them out. What else? I'm going...
Keep them and secure them.
Yeah, I'm going to have to... we had a big thing where there was a flood and everything was rebuilt. And, Ronco, or whoever it was that rebuilt the pad for the insurance company, did not caulk around the big window in the front. So tomorrow, JTD is going to be with putty knife and spun wool and all kinds of cheap caulk. And I'm going to be making like Norm Abrams.
Well, who pays for the heat in this property? Will the tenants pay or you pay?
They pay, but I know.
There's a reason for them to be cold, and it was a poor redo.
I'm not such a Nazi. I'm going to let them worry about it. I can fix it for like
Where they sit.
a half hour at a time and 20 cents worth of coffee.
All right. Yeah, we'll save some money. Oh, well, you're such a nice guy.
They-
Nice landlord, for sure.
We let them slide actually for a month.
Yeah.
But even through this COVID, they have paid us. But they insist on paying us cash.
Yo,
Where's the
Giant,
money
what's
coming
up?
from? We don't care.
Thanks for the host, man.
I see the band is going long.
Ah, who cares?
Anyway, yeah, being a landlord, it's like it's the best times and the worst times. It's a real drag, and you got to do stuff all the time. But other than that, it's a great way to return.
I don't think I'm going to get involved in the likes of that. I'm not that much of a people person. I got arrested for something before I even, had somebody sign a lease. Some kind of discrimination or something.
Dude, you're the best. You'd be the best landlord. French dude! Wow!
I'm discriminating against deadbeat people who will screw my place up and not pay rent.
Wait, we got one owed us 5 months, busted everything. I can't tell you the losses I've encountered. Yes, we carry on. You know why? Because we know JBL is going to be our new landlord, and he can kick ass. Chris, what do you say? Be our agent, 10%.
I don't think so. I hear enough from my former landlord. My former landlord, when I lived in Carmel, that was right before I came here, he had 4 other rental houses, 3 or 4 other rental houses in the area. And I'm good friends with this guy. In fact, he's got a landscaping business. He cuts my grass now. How cool is that? Gave me my security back when I moved out, so he trashed the house. He had a similar situation. He had somebody in one of his houses that didn't pay for 6 or 8 months. And he went through the whole process of legal eviction and everything. It took him over a year here in New York to get rid of these people. And when he finally got in the house, it turned out they had destroyed the house.
My ex-wife's brother leased his home to a go-go dancer.
Wait, Devo? D-E-V-O?
Something tells me that didn't turn out well.
Wait, Devo? You mean like the band, like the Potatoes? You're only a spud? Oh, Congo dancer. Oh, excuse me. Maggie? Say hi, Dave. Hi, Maggie.
Yeah, Paul, I don't know if you can hear me anymore.
I don't know if you can hear me anymore, but anyway, best 73s on your Congo dancer. Good luck collecting. W2JTK.
Hi, Dave.
Yeah, Dan is stretched out. I don't hear Paul. I know he's there, but I don't hear him. And I'm using frequency diversity to deal with the Mexico here, Chris.
Mexico?
Well, anyway, Maggie. Tell Dave hello.
We'll try that again. Hi, Dave.
Tell him goodbye because he's cutting out or I am.
See you later, alligator.
Somebody's going down.
Your signal faded back up when you were on the air. You sound better than Paul, but you knew that.
She always said she's smarter than me, too. And she also said, hey, Dickweed, turn on the amp. And I pushed a button, and all of a sudden, she was louder than me. Go figure.
You mean you was back to being barefoot? No wonder. See? You need somebody to manage your station for you.
Suddenly the band's not going long.
No, the band's not going along.
Down.
JTD's just ascending into dementia. It's a natural slide. Anyway, not like I didn't do anything I could to smoke and combat it.
So Dave, look, I don't hear any Mexicans on here. I'm not decoding something you're trying to send me.
Mexico, which is the last in QR.
Oh, Roger Dodger.
Frequency diversity.
Oh, 72.5.
Exit stage left.
10-4.
Roger. Well, that's all. Give him something to do.
You guys are all doing well here still.
Oh, Ben's fine. It's his fault forgot to turn his amplifier on.
I didn't forget. Well, yeah, I did. Nice. Did I forget? Yeah, I forgot.
Well, Ben is W2 every week. Ben is stretched out a little bit. So the amplifier became necessary.
The stuff from Europe did come up a little.
Well, man, if I had some content, guys, I swear to God, I'd put it forth, but all I can do is hang here and listen and appreciate it anyway. 7-3, nice work in the radio stations, W2BTK.
7-3's Prada Maggie, W2JBL.
And I'm looking forward to the day that my wife has to help me out here with all this crap so I can be heard.
I'm not wearing a bag yet, if that's your insinuation.
I can't believe anybody will call you a libtard to your face. Libtards don't listen to anything, that's right. Well, anyway, good night.
I don't have a bag, that's all I'm saying. Remember your K3ZO after did not wear a bag. And that's why he's not here today.
Well, I didn't get a colonoscopy in a timely fashion, that's why he's not here today. That's a waste. Yep. Really miss Dave. I'm using Dave's radio here for an exciter, so all this crap lives on. It might even outlive me, who knows?
Yeah. Imagine a crystal ship with winger floating out into the abyss of the future. Who knows what's coming up? Will it be the killer wave? A wind of destiny? Still, it's going to be that same stinking radio.
Kind of sounds like,
They exist. They were done.
Those bunnies out of the final unit.
kind of sounds like R2D2's like having diarrhea in the background or something.
Oh, Billy's here too. That shit drives me crazy. It comes on after sundown. It sounds like some kind of... I can't tune it in, and it's never strong enough to understand. It's AM of some sort, but I can never understand the modulation on it. It pisses me off. I'd love to find it.
Yeah, it sounds like a robot having diarrhea or some type of, well, like, you know, if they had a gastrointestinal tract, they'd have, like, it would be distressed.
Well, if you look at it on your spectrum, turn your product detector on, as in tune it in on sideband, but listen to the heterodyne. Tune off a little bit of it on sideband. Listen to the heterodyne. The carrier comes and goes with the modulation, kind of like controlled carrier. So, for the first few months I've heard it, 2 years in a row I've heard it. I thought it was the guys down in the south and the southwest that operate 3870 on, AM, but then I started hearing music on it and stuff and broadcast voices, so it's like a spur from a shortwave transmitter or an AM station.
Stinkers. Automatic notch folder, but still stinkers.
They're piss weak.
Yeah, but it's, the heterodyne, it gets to be annoying sometimes. Sometimes it's actually quite strong.
You want to run boot, 6955's open right now. As a matter of fact, let me look. Yeah. Yep. Fire up, kids. 6955 is waiting your signal.
Is that still going on up there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's nuts. A lot of times it's slop bucket does, so it's disappointing nuts. it's like when you're sitting at the bar and you're unloading, you grab some beer nuts, and one of them's like wrinkled and like bitter and crap. It's kind of that.
I never understood that, doing that on sideband, especially, some voice maybe, but playing music on slap bucket? Forget about it. I could never get behind the mentality of playing music on sideband.
I couldn't get behind the mentality of even talking on sideband, but I do it because, e-cars. America.
Personally, I've always loved the mode. It just so happens I like AM better.
two different worlds, man, and we can freely exist between the twixt, or the tween, or the twain, the taint, not the taint. The taint actually doesn't taste as bad as.
I would use FM for music.
There is no sideband, even though I'm an AM. Jesus, I built my first sideband exciter when I was 15. On 75 meters. And it worked.
No, you know, it's about who you're talking to, and who's talking to you, and who gets your thing, and who's in your squad, and who's on your tribe, and you can get that pretty quick, you know. You check into a net, and you can kind of figure out what's going on. Doesn't matter the frequency, doesn't matter the mode.
I built that finishing rig and modified something into a linear so I could get 100 watts out of it. I was down there with Bill, DUQ, and a few other people. We were doing ESSB right here. Back in
Yo, what's up, Mark?
72, 73, I think I built that thing. We were doing
Oh, and Graham, how you guys doing?
So it was you. W2JTD.
W2 very weak. W2 very. WA1STH.
What was that? That was some echo. You got echo on that thing? W2BTK.
I heard Echo and VW's ID. It was interesting.
I'm thinking I went all the way around the planet.
No, that would be I don't know. I bought a bell. It was $32. It was guaranteed. It broke.
Dave's checking out web SDRs and stuff. I should start doing that. See if we're see where we're being heard, because I think we are stretched out a bit.
I want to get my signal down in Texas. And hi to Steve if that's Steve in there.
Dave, if that's Dave in there, and hi to it. Anyway, W2JTD. Just for, you know, who knows?
Gotta get in the good old Georgia SDR. That's my favorite one to check.
I don't know what my signal is like in Richardson, Texas.
But there's a Richardson, Georgia evangelical net or something. Start me.
No, it's about the Texas traffic on 3873. Right now.
Ooh, Chris is doing well down there. Oh, I'm doubling with somebody, looks like.
I don't know. It's a triangle with like a slice through it. I think that's the segment that says sausage. Come pick me up now.
What?
Start up on W2JT.
What?
Wait, what?
One more time, STH.
Steve, you there? STH, go ahead.
STH.
Go ahead, Steve.
They're giving you the go-ahead.
Come on in.
Either that or come on in.
It's all you, Steve.
Okay, I'm in. If I'm not doubling or tripling. This is WA1STH, remote from the woods of upstate New York. Just want to stop by and say hello.
Wait, that's what you sound like when you're in?
You're in New York?
He's at his camp out somewhere west of Syracuse.
Yeah, there was New York.
Yeah, I'm about 30 miles south of Syracuse. I'm running remote from the generator-driven hunting trailer.
Generator. That explains the swirly
Oh, you got
on
a
the
whole
scope.
crew over there, man.
How far are you from Verona? Verona or Oneida?
Oh, probably an hour.
Oh, so you're the other. Oh, yeah, south. Okay, and that's west. Yeah. Okay. Wait for it. Disregard.
Sounded good though.
Well, no, you don't sound good, but you got a good signal.
It's working. You got a little bit of latency, I guess, to deal with the TR, but it's working.
You don't sound good, but you have a good signal.
Sound good, but you have a good signal. And a little bit of swirling on the old, you know.
Yeah, yes. A lot of confusion. Anyways.
It's a ball of Fusion.
What happened to that good sounding microphone you had, Steve? I heard you testing it.
I broke out of the hand fast and smashed it. I didn't like it. It was crystal.
I used to like crystal, but now you're talking to me. I'm on, right now I'm on that microphone. The USB Yeti.
No, it just does not have it sounds totally different than it did when you were testing it the other day. I don't know. Anyway, I'm cooking supper, but I'm listening to you guys. WA1QIX at Mirror Lake, transmitting from Mirror Lake.
Nice, still awake.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, Billy.
From W2JTD. Good to hear your radio station.
Hey, it's 8:10 p.m. It's time for me to, let's see here. Hang on a second. Let me adjust a few things.
Oh, dude, that's really cool. Yeah, there's not a lot of ham radio on Twitch,
Yay,
but,
yay.
you know.
Yay. Okay, there we go. All right. W2VW.
It's time to get another beer. Come on.
That was cool. The whole QSO was W2VW tuning up and everybody else trying to check in.
Well, that works well for me, considering that there's no high-angle anything available right now, Paul. That's really weird.
Working your station, but anyway, QIX. I've heard of you. Go ahead.
Oh, we've talked a number of times in the past, the distant past, forever. But yep, that's me, Steve, here in Mirror Lake now. I've moved. I'm not where I used to live, in Mirror Lake, New Hampshire, and I'm actually operating from here too. I also can run remote control and control my station in Townsend, but I got a reasonable transmitter up here, and yeah, the antenna's not as good, but you know, what the heck. Anyway, I got to go grab my supper. It's on the grill, and I don't want it to overcook, so we'll catch you guys in a while. It's WA1QIX, strapping signals, everybody.
I would not want a burnt dinner. No, that's not good for you. It's got cabin.
That's what they also find up on QSO. Got to go to dinner. Got a date. Got a pie in the oven. W2JTD. I also have a life.
You mean you do stuff besides amateur radio?
The problem is I do more than amateur radio. I've got so much amateur radio crap to do. God, I can't. I'm married Little Miss Go-Go, man. Every minute, I wake up every morning, I got a list. And I cross out 3/4 of it, and I still have a list.
Understood. Over.
Yeah, I thought I retired into retirement, but apparently retirement is the list.
That's the only way I keep myself together, is I have to do my own list. And then I have to remember to check the list and cross things off, because I forget to do things on it.
You know, Paul, you could make $1 bazillion just having that list made available of those who are not married, and you could send it out like on the internet. You could be like a Siri or an Alexa. This is what you have to do today, and I mean, you could make $1 million from a subscription service of lists of crap to do for people who are single.
Tagline for bulletproof rubbers. Don't do this or you'll be attached to somebody that's going to make you think the towels are wrinkled. W2JTD.
Oh, towels are wrinkled.
The toilet smells. All toilets smell. No, but the toilet smells. Every time you go, you have to squirt this in, you have to swish it with that.
Have you seen that poo-pourri stuff?
HJK, you're making it into the Cape May Courthouse, New Jersey. W2JTD.
Well, yeah, it's pretty good, George. It's just fine, and we're not trying to think.
Dude, I usually hear George very well, but I didn't hear him at all. Was he... what?
Kill the mid-frequencies, George.
Or just back off the mic a little bit. It's kind of muddy. You know, back off the mic, but, you know, get farther away from the mic and turn the mic gain up a bit. Yeah, I don't hear RF, but we hear you.
Oh yeah, let me check the parameters here. 5555. Oh, thank you. Okay.
It's always parameters, you know. If we could all get rid of the parameters.
All right. Shaking out a new piece of equipment, Paul.
Dave's equipment gets rid of his parameters for him.
So, Buses Los, the new.
It's made out of a lot of old stuff. The oldest parts in here are more than 80 years old. Some of them are very old. And it's only got, I believe, 1.73% new Chinese parts, and those are all actually fasteners that I use for the chassis. So it's all American final. Thank you, and have a nice day.
My boxes of material in the attic are sorted into two piles. One pile is American, the other pile is not American. The other pile went to the landfill.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't put any of this stuff in your attic, trust me.
I don't know, I got a lot of big capacitors in the attic. Challenge me.
GE 100 microfarads at 10 kV.
I'm going to write that down. I'm going to go up and check my inventory, and I'll be back to you. Realize when ZRF died, I inherited the bulk of his estate.
Yeah, well, you know, as you know, I was there looking at all that stuff, and when Pam wanted to make sure that people got to use it in the future, so, you know, I got a good look at it, and yes, the bulk of his estate was pretty heavy, but you wouldn't put that in your attic.
Between you and VJB, you guys were the shining knights of armor. You know, you guys really, you shouldered the goddamn plow. I gotta say, Maggie and I have mentioned this even in conversation with Pam multiple times. You guys, you really pulled through. That was the best. That was the absolute. And what the boost of life, guys? Have your best friend die and a couple other pals come in and make things right. Awesome. W2JTK.
Yeah, it was easy because the whole idea behind it was to make sure that people who would appreciate the stuff got it at a reasonable price. So that was all downhill. But thank you, Paul.
No, she's still. You're in the Hall of Fame, son.
So you guys managed to avoid the typical 10 guys from the local repeater club that didn't actually know him showing up at the house and ripping everything off. That's good.
No, we covered that. That was us.
Trust me, there was nobody ripping anybody off over there. First of all, you had to be qualified. You had to be able to pick up really heavy stuff just to get in.
No, we all walked away happy. Pam is more than generous. She was exponentially more than generous, and still today, to this moment.
I can't say anything bad about Pam. And I can say bad things about just about everybody.
You can say bad things about Dave too. He's dead, but he was a sure son of a bitch, wasn't he?
Well,
as we all were. Yeah, daggone it, man, I miss him. Of all of them, of all of these characters, I miss him the most.
I gotta say, with radio and electronics, I have been blessed. Maybe you don't believe in God, I don't give a damn. I've been blessed to meet up with lots of very talented people over the years. It's just amazing, and Dave was one of them.
Yeah, and the Tron was another.
Well, he's not a was, he's still an is, but yes.
He's a future was, he just doesn't know it. I heard him the other day, didn't sound too good.
Yeah, well, that's what happens.
All the best to the Tron. Yeah, we have been, we've been hooked into a chunk of the galactic wonderment that not everybody gets attached to. And we have not only been witness to its acceleration, but benefits of its continuity.
Well said. W2 very weak.
Only a 2 JBL.
W2BTK.
W2J2D and HTK better.
You're some slop bucket trying to like blah 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 their way onto the frequency. I don't think so, because I can do that. Blah 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 blah. There you go.
Sounds more like what? Can't tell what the hell they're saying. But I hear that too, Dave. I hear it.
So you got the meter as and I got it as blah 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 blah.
Yup. I'm tuned a little bit off our frequency here, so I hear it totally different.
So the meter should be the same, Billy. The meter is the same. It's either or blah 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 blah. That doesn't matter where you're listening, as long as it's in your passband.
Yeah, but it could have been two different people too. Maybe I was hearing one guy, you were hearing the other. It sounded more like a.
His crystal didn't say 3872. He had buck teeth. Give him a break.
You might be right. We might be talking about two different people.
It all sounds like crap to me.
I was born in 1953. Around 1965, I chose that as a lifestyle. It all sounds like crap to me. Welcome to my world. Yeah, in the Acme, asking for my ID.
Sorry, son, you're not allowed to buy airplane glue without a note from your parents.
What?
I'm thinking, Billy?
Yes?
I'm almost thinking we're going to have to rate the quorum here pretty soon.
Wait, Billy, is that the guy that records your stuff and puts it on the internet?
He records my stuff, your stuff, everybody's stuff for posterity. That's right. If you make a jackass out of yourself, it's forever.
Billy, what do you charge for editing? Post.
It's a real pain in the ass, man. Just, it's not gonna be cheap.
Make them,
I am what I am. Me and Popeye. Anyway, howdy do. Good work in your station. W2JTD, Cape May Courthouse.
Make them clean up your leaves for you, and then you'll edit all the stupid stuff out.
Yeah, there you go.
If you edit all my stupid stuff out, it goes back to like 1985. So pick your battles, man. Build up your vitamin D.
Well, yeah, no, it goes up. If I'm on the air, it's usually getting live streamed. You can find all the links and crap on my QRZ page. On the profile there, W2BTK. But yeah, and then it goes on YouTube after it's, afterward.
Bad enough I had SWLs with a cassette recorder following me around, and now I have to deal with you.
Yeah, but the cool thing about it too is that it's not just like an audio recording of what's going on. There's like a spectral display, pan adapter. There's an entire chat room of people discussing, our QSO, and that's all overlaid on there. And you can see me and all my crap behind me. So it's very detailed. They've got signal to noise ratio displayed most of the time, frequency. The only thing I don't have on there is the time and date, so that's what makes it don't worry about it.
No, I think it's cool. Overall, I've checked it out, and it's, my only problem is that hat. I need a different hat, like a fez or something.
I don't have a hat today. You see my bald head.
No, I'm not watching. But no, as far as, I mean, an identity, you know, a cowboy hat, a fez, a Jack Sparrow, you know, pirate. You need a chapeau, a derby, not a baseball cap.
I think my identity is that, like, the only person who does this type of radio stuff on this platform.
I looked at you once on that, whatever that site you're streaming from is. And my only comment is, you're sitting in the freaking dark. I couldn't even see your face.
Yeah, you got a flashlight?
I'm like overexposed right now. It's a little too bright. But that must have been an older one. See, I've been trying to upgrade everything. I started out with some really crappy webcams and pretty, you know, slow, crappy computers, and, you know, I've gotten a little better now.
Well, I haven't looked. This is like a year ago I looked at your stuff on there, but I was going to ask you, okay, so you've upgraded the camera, because before you said you upgraded, I was going to ask you if you were ever a radio dispatcher for a taxi company, because those guys always sit in the dark.
Yeah, no, if it was a year ago, geez, like, it must have been one of the very first ones I ever did, like when I was just starting. It's a lot better now. I got better cameras. I had 2 camera angles going on. I haven't used the second camera in a while, but there's one that's like a wide angle, like kind of overhead, so you can see the entire like operating position. And then there's one that's like, you know, kind of on me, and you see the rack, you know, the audio rack behind me.
Yeah, no, I thought the lighting was blue and green, and it was just really weird. So, okay, so you've upgraded. Disregard. Yeah, no big deal.
That's a pretty cool scene, man. The QSO with the guy, and he throws you up on the web, and you can play it back later and see what you sounded like. Not too shabby.
Yeah, it's great if you want to test stuff. Check, you know, it's got the relative SNR, spectral display, you know, good audio. And George, you are still copyable. I heard you in there, Mr. HJK. It's W2BTK.
I got a question for you, Bill.
And W2JT.
What's your question, George?
Well, so I'm going to sign out of here. Engage another hobby. Good to talk to you all. It's nice the band didn't go long tonight. I was ready to break in there and talk to Dave, you, Billy, and you, Dave, last night, right at 8 o'clock. And, man, it's like somebody flipped a switch, and you were gone in a heartbeat. I went down to 160. Anyway, see you all later. W2JBL. Now signing over, off, and clear. And good night, Erwin Richard.
Good night, Chris. You faded up here, so it was a good finish. W2 very weak. Nice talking with you.
I'm going to QSY and play some guitars myself. A little bit guitar, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of sleeve. That's what life is all about. W2JT.
I think I'm going to start off with, who the hell did the vocal on him? Dinah Shore, I think. A gag tune, fun tune from the late 40s and mid 40s. I'm going to play Shoe Fly Pie.
He's slunking into the Dorsey universe. It's going to be nothing but Hepcat stuff from now on.
Shoe Fly Pie, an apple pan, doubt it.
Just make sure you make it all the way across the English Channel.
I like, what's his name? Had a good band.
Hello, Billy.
See you later, guys. Enjoy the music. And hello, George.
Billy, what's your call for my log?
W2BTK, like Billy the Kid.
Got it, man. Thanks. Okay.
No problem. And then there's always Chris, Whiskey 2 Junkie But Loud.
I know, Chris. You're the new guy. You're the interloper. I don't know that I've worked you before, but howdy do.
Hello.
Hola. Hey, Billy.
Yes.
You're not kicking sand in my face.
Yeah, it's the band. Make me look back at the instrumentation. It's all normal.
Yeah, man. I'm just looking at you know where down there, and I feel a whole lot better.
Oh, you're kicking my butt down there? I closed that thing. Oh wait, no I didn't. Look at that. Hello there.
No, nobody's kicking anybody's butt. It's a horse race. It's a horse race.
Well, you guys have some subaudible like shenanigans going on?
Yeah, we're looking, you know what we're doing? We're looking at Venus. We're looking at the planet Venus and seeing whose signals got better frequency response out on the SDR that's located on Venus.
Yeah, I did that back in '71. For what I recall, Venus wins. She had the extra $1.45 to buy the French fries at McDonald's.
And there's some slop bucket still trying to go blah, 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 blah. That's not working, slop bucket. You might as well forget it.
Is that me, by the way? What frequency are you guys on?
We're somewhere in the 75-meter band.
Yeah, it's a net. It's like an official, like, it's a gig. It's a thing. We've been here for 25 years, haven't we, Dave?
And when you're under attack by slop buckets, you might not all be zero beat, because that drives the slop buckets nuts.
There's a clue.
Kenwood, welcome to the party, man.
It's a technique that those who are observant pick up on, and those who aren't observant continue.
Like putting sand in the gears.
What's that, George?
My pajamas don't butt up and say that. Last night they buttoned up even. Tonight they did not butt up even.
Oh, cool,
How about the pajama pants, man, with the damn snap? Sometimes it pops open in the dryer, and you're walking around the
my
whole
buddy
next
across
day.
the pond.
Pops open at 2 in the morning and you have to explain that when you wake up. Yeah, man, been there.
You know, you go out to get the mail and that damn snap is open. Forget about it.
Not to mention the newspaper, and you bring it back and you've got 2 hands on the mail and you're still bringing back the newspaper, and they're wondering, how's he balancing that thing? It must be levitation.
I'll talk to you another time, Billy.
That only happens first thing in the morning. What's that, George?
I'm not making it too early tonight. I was going to ask you a question.
You got a 50 dB SNR on that last one. You're just fine. What's your question?
Plus you're on frequency.
What frequency? Hold on.
No, you are on frequency. Everybody else tuned off to be stupid. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know what. I'm not 73 anyway. Bottom line. Billy, all those recordings you made over these years, I hope, probably contain all the humorous moments, right?
Of course, like, you know, during that, like, there was a fade or whatever, like, I didn't get that.
Okay, I'll talk to you another time when conditions are better. Anyway, I'm on 73. I'm going to say 73 on 73. And wish you all a great night. Talk to you guys when I can. W2BTK, waving by.
HJK, conditions are fine. They're getting better.
What did he ask? I heard 95% of what he said, and then as soon as he asked a question, it faded.
Yeah, does Lincoln have a beard?
I didn't say that.
Oh, I'm just trying to fill in the blanks. Go ahead. HJK from W2JTD. Conditions are up. Go ahead.
All right, thanks. Well, all the recordings you made, of course, those are the times that were very funny, those moments, just like tonight, where there was a lot of humor going around. You got all those, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're on YouTube. You look at all that stuff on YouTube. The link is in my QRZ profile for the live stream stuff, and like the YouTube link where you can find all the old recordings. Hey, Tommy, man, what's up? Welcome. Thanks for the host.
You said that. There were some gems that, were applauded even internationally. Great, Billy. That was my question, believe it or not, so thanks again. I'm going to head and get out of here. way past my little bedtime. I can get up very early, by the way. So wish you all a great night.
Everybody's
Thanks a
streaming,
lot for
man.
the
Thanks,
reports,
bro.
nagging as I was to get them. And I'll catch you guys when I do. Have a good night.
What?
W2BTK.
All right, George. Yeah, dig through some of those. There definitely are some good ones. When there's like really funny stuff that happens or stuff like that, I'm not the greatest about it, but I'll usually try to make like a clip of it, you know, of just that segment. But you'll find all these live streams up in their entirety as well.
Yeah, 7-3, George. We'll be the last to know. Check in here first.
Okay. 73.
I think the band is starting to shortening up.
Yeah, it's saying get down to 160 and see what kind of damage you can do. I might just do that. Gentlemen, may the wind at your back always be your own. W2JTD. I think I'm going to screw on out of here.
All right. Good night, George. Good night, Paul. Good night, Ringo. W2VW.
Good night.
Hey, Billy.
What's up?
Yeah, man. How you doing?
Pretty good. Not bad. You know, I got my spicy burger. That was great. Jalapenos and all that stuff on there. Didn't do much today, dude. I was really, really exhausted. You know, I slept in till like almost 10. I just kind of like chilled out. It's very nice.
Yeah, well, you're working really hard, putting on a lot of hours and all that. I can certainly understand you wanting to catch up on your Z's. Hopefully you get good quality sleep and you know, you don't have birds waking you up or anything funky like that. You get a good 8 hours of sleep and it's like, yeah, okay, I'm ready to take on the world.
That's it. That's it right there. I'm thinking about, I got myself some new boots. I think that's gonna help not be so tired. It's been a while. I think I want to look at like I've been trying to like get a new mattress for a long time. I always like find one I think I would be cool. I gotta maybe do that. Not that mine's that bad, but like I could probably like really improve things over here, you know?
Yeah, well, those mattresses wear out on you, you know, you don't even know it. All of a sudden you get a backache, or you sleep somewhere else and it's like, yeah, this is great. It's like a bad marriage.
Yeah. No, I don't get any back pain or anything, but it's a pretty old mattress. I think it was my brother's from college. It's a queen size mattress, which was an upgrade for me. I slept on a twin most of my life, and then I got the house and I was like, dude, screw this.
Yeah, man, I get my own slab.
Yeah, man, that was like mind-blowing though. It's like, you know, I was at my parents' house for ever, and it was a twin mattress, man. College, I always had a twin mattress, and then I got that queen size one, and I was like, holy crap, like this is awesome.
Oh yeah. Yep. And then things change, you know, like I got this mattress. The thing weighs like 400 pounds, that and the box spring. It doesn't move. Like somebody else can jump on it in the middle of the night and you won't even know it.
That kind of stuff is cool. You know, I've got the regular old spring mattress right now, but I looked at those purple mattresses. My mom got some kind of mattress that's really comfortable. It's like a little on the soft side, but I was like asking her what it was because it's pretty cool. She didn't even remember. There's all kinds of stuff now. I don't know what's gimmick and what's like really good, and what you might get something and think it's awesome, and then like 6 months later you're like, nah, I miss like my normal feeling bed. I don't know. Buying a mattress, it's a big commitment. You know, I've been skating around it.
It's a big commitment. Hang on a second. I'm going to do a frequency survey here. I kind of don't want to be near the West Coast AM spot. Give me a second.
Rajal.
Yeah, would you mind moving up to 77? I'll give you a 0 beat. I want to get away from the West Coast guys.
Yeah, no problem. You know, maybe like 30 seconds or something like that would be just fine and dandy. So the sequence that I gotta do is I gotta get up, jack the volume, run in the room, pull the plug for the blower out of the wall, wait for that to spool down so I could hear the speaker in the other room, and then start 0 beating. So you can kind of time it out in your head. Whenever you key up, I'll get up and start doing that.
Roger. W2 very weak. Moving up. I know there's somebody experimenting around here looking for a hole, but I didn't hear a call sign, so you're not official. This is W2VW. I am official. I'm trying to stay away from my AM brethren on the West Coast so that they have a slot to use in the AM window. Because there is an AM window. Yes, there is. Hello, 54321. W2 very weak. Yeah, I got duct tape holding my chimney down, Billy. I didn't put the bolts in it because I know I'm going to tear it back out and check the next tube, but I got duct tape. I got duct tape holding my chimney to the chassis, so this thing gets too hot, it's all over, man. It's nice knowing you. I'm trying to paste this. Trying to pace it. And I'm so glad that I don't hear a damn thing from this device. I don't hear anything. Nothing. Thank you. Hopefully you've 0 beat it by now. I'm thinking you probably 0 beat it by now. W2BTK from W2VW.
I got pretty close. You were so strapping that I couldn't really hear that little VFO too well from the other room. I should have turned the speaker up a little louder.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know. Well, you didn't fade out like yesterday. Was that yesterday? Love was such an easy game to play. Anyway, you faded out yesterday, but today is a different story. It's a new day.
KD2FO.
Wait, did you say AC2FO?
A kilowatt Delta 2 Fox Oscar.
Oh, KD2FO. I got excited because my buddy Dennis is AC2FO. I don't think I've ever talked to him out here, but KD2FO is good too. Welcome, W2BTK.
Yeah, W2BTK, KD2FO. Very nice strapping signal in here. I'm in Northern Virginia, 50 miles south of Washington. And just trying out a new piece of equipment. It's not new, but what the hell we're doing,
You're compressing your gain there. Something's going to blow up very soon, sir.
No capiche. What do you mean?
You're fuzzy, and you got fuzzier, which means the parameters are drifting. You might want to look into what you're doing. I've heard you on here, Fo, and you sound fine, but not right now. Let me hear a little more.
Oh, this is KD2FO, and I gotta write this call. not getting into something I'm not just sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, the exciter only is okay. So whatever's, the final is unhappy, but the exciter by itself is fine, except that there's a little bit of noise.
Yeah, okay, appreciate it. I appreciate a good, correct report like that. I don't quite got to figure out what's going on here. We're trying to drive a homebrew pair of 3500s with a, I don't know what you call it, a Collins 32V2, idle back, of course. Go ahead.
I got about a third of that. Well, it's glad to hear people are still actually experimenting and doing things with amateur radio hardware on AM, which used to be normal here, instead of just buying something and plugging it to hell in. So good for you, and I'm sure you'll get it sorted out.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you for the report. I won't hold you up here. Handle is Don, D-O-N. We're about 50 miles south of Washington. Yeah, running a 160-meter loop antenna. Go ahead.
Hey, the signal's not bad. It seems like the longer you transmit, the worse it gets. But that could be me. Anyway, yeah. You're near the Beltway, where all bad things happen. Over.
Yeah, that's sadly, but true. Yeah. And more lately. And they got the company, because they have quite a scandal going on now with the Biden, Hunter and Joe and other family members, I guess. I don't know if you're aware. I certainly, oh well, whatever. Anyway, this is just the 32V. I presume it sounds okay.
Yeah, well, for a 32V, it needs help. I don't know if you're lacking in grid current or something's wrong, but yeah, a 32V, that's not up to standards. I don't know what the hell's going on, but you'll figure it out, and take your time. Nice running into you. And good luck being down there. Yuck.
Yeah, I'm out in the country, though. I'm about 20 miles out from anything. Yeah, kind of very rural little place here in the woods. So I wish it was further away, but scenery's okay. Thanks, and I'll bow out. And I appreciate the report. KD2FO.
Hey, Billy, did you hear the same thing I did? When he first starts transmitting, he sounds fine, and then it kind of goes downhill, sort of.
Yeah, totally. It was pretty bad. Like, when he first keyed up, it was real fuzzy. Sounded like, me 10 years ago.
That's not what I heard. I heard when he first keyed up, it sounded good. And then toward the end, it got funky.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I wasn't fully paying attention to it.
Yeah, I got you. You got the stream running? I'm not looking.
Yes, I do. Got a few people in here from across the pond, hanging out.
Oh, that's cool. I'm missing the whole scene. Is this profile here too much in your face, or is it usable?
It's ripping. You could use it like that. Probably sound like how I sound most of the time.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm trying to do here. You know what's going on. I'm trying to QC. I'm QCing some stuff that has not seen the light of day for a while.
It's aggressive for sure. If you were just like trying to come out here and have a nice QSO, I'd tame it down, but I think it's doing what you want it to do.
Yeah, man. All right, W2VW. Thank you, and I really do appreciate that signal report, because I know you know how to give a signal report.
Yeah, no problem. You got a nice signal. You were shooting out a little bit, but, well, let's see. Yeah, I have 10 dB in there. I don't know. About the same as what I'm doing, actually. But I'm receiving myself right here. Yeah, it's almost identical. That's cool. Hey, we're sounding good in Florida right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at KFS myself. That's another horse race. Right now, at this moment in time, it's a real horse race out there to the West Coast. And that to me personally is pretty neat, because I used to talk to, once a year I would get on this band really late at night, 1, 2 a.m. and work people on the West Coast on AM, once a year at least. So that's got a whole thing in my past, and it's kind of fun. And it's nice to be able to do it here before 9 p.m. East Coast time with no sunspots. The sun is dead. And here we are on the West Coast.
Huh. Yeah, I gotta pop. I'm still looking at Georgia. We're still ripping down there. Look at KFS. Pretty weird conditions tonight, last night. It's like we're worldwide. Not quite.
What bums me out the most is Hack Green, SDR in the UK, used to have the full bands, like the whole entire amateur band on every band. And they narrowed it up. First thing they got rid of, I think, was CB. Because there's a lot of experimenters on CB, and they want to see if they can make it, across the pond or whatever. So that's the first thing they killed. And now, on the 75, 80 meters, there's no 75 meters. Their stuff doesn't start to work until 3790. You can't even see the DX window. It's like 3790 and below, which is a real bummer. But I understand why they did it, because there's a lot of dumb, bad people doing stupid stuff. If you have an SDR, with a lot of users, you've got all kinds of weirdos checking in to see if they can corn people, and stalkers, and yeah, it's bad. This is W2VW, and the aforementioned was commentary, and if you don't like it, screw you.
Open it up for KFS. Usually, we're like 20 over out there, and we're still, kind of pissed weak. They couldn't hear us.
Dave, the Twitch chat is wholeheartedly agreeing.
With a vertical, I could be 20 over, but then you wouldn't hear me.
Right.
Dave, the locals to the Hack Green SDR are wholeheartedly agreeing with what you've said.
Hack Green is the coolest bunch of people, man. They really are. The AMers that are involved with that, they've got an AM net on 3615 or 3612. Those guys are really a great bunch, and they're all gentlemen.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah.
Hi guys, WD8BIL still.
Budley!
David, what's going on?
Good to hear you, Budley. How you doing?
Oh, getting better. Wrist is healing every day, and hopefully Wednesday I get this doggone cast off, but well, we'll see what happens there. But other than that, we're doing great. Getting ready, packing up some stuff down here in the basement, get ready to head down to the cabin tomorrow morning, do some deer hunting.
All right, well, I hope you get Bambi's mom and, chop her up in little pieces and seasoned and all that, because otherwise they'd run out in front of people's cars. Good to hear you, and glad you're mending and all that. And having had some surgery done on my hand also this year, I know a little bit more about that than you might think, but I know yours was really more involved. It's great they can fix you up, Budley.
Oh, Yeah, you know, I told my wife when they cremate me, you better ask them for all the precious metals, because I got enough titanium in me now to build an F-18.
Yeah, the problem with that is if they use Teflon, a Teflon doesn't matter what temperature they cremate you at, the Teflon won't burn. So you get back the urn, you know, you have the urn with ashes in it, and there'll be more Teflon, and it'll be the same shape it was, you know, because you can't kill Teflon. So you're gonna get an urn back with a chunk of Teflon in it.
I've melted Teflon.
Not gonna burn?
Well, cremation's about 16 to 1700 degrees, and you know, nothing in these implants is gonna melt at that, you know, at that temperature.
Budley?
Yo.
How you doing, Paul W2JTD? Glad to make your acquaintance tonight. So what, you got an asbestos knee?
No, we're talking about the wrist. It must be David that has Teflon.
Oh, the wrist. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. All right, sorry. Hope that's working out.
It's working out good. I'm using the fingers that are sticking out of this cast. I'm using them more and more every day, and you know, the tingling's still there, but some of the feeling's coming back, and hopefully when they get the cast off, you know, pressure will come, swelling will go down, carpal tunnel will settle down, and things will be back to normal.
But will you ever play the violin again? What do you think, Dave?
You know, Budley is a person who responds well to all these modern treatments, and he comes out of it and functions just fine. You know, you got the ear thing going on, and now this. Man, Budley, I'm telling you, you should apply for government bucks.
Yeah, you're forgetting the 6 screws and 2 titanium bars in my back, my lower back. That happened back in 2013, and that's, you know, I'm working fine here. I'm splitting wood and, you know, walking them hills down at the cabin, and, you know, that turned out fine. But probably next year it'll be the knee. Well, the next couple of years is the right knee's going to go. But other than that, you know, it's good they're making replacement parts for a 55 chiller, you know.
As long as the midsection still works. Over.
I watch Life Below Zero, and all I can think of is Budley. Chopping wood and shooting buffalo.
We don't have any buffalo here in Ohio.
Whatever's going to hit my car and cause me damage and cost. Please, take the deer.
You know, actually, I take that back. There is a buffalo farm down near Cincinnati, and another one just south of Columbus. So, yeah, we have some buffalo in the, in the state.
But do you have buffalo chips?
Never stepped in one.
Find your respective state government and listen to his speech. You'll find plenty.
You mean like I'm really sorry I didn't wear a mask?
My mask protects you, your mask protects me. Don't argue with me or we're going to have to go on another frequency.
Yes, but the former governor says I should have worn a mask, but the former governor managed to become a recipient of coronavirus. So what would a mask have done? That's only to protect others. I don't get that. Everything that I see on the news, Paul, everything that I see has an opinion attached to it, and it's in one direction or the other. And there's absolutely no cognizant information that I can get from the news anymore, anywhere. Help me.
It's a bitch, man. I gotta tell you, I'm sitting here wondering.
Well, David, think about it this way. Most of the masks these people are wearing out there filter put down to maybe 10 microns. And this thing is 0.1 microns, so, you know, you do the math.
Yeah, that's true, but for somebody who is infected and spreading, the mask supposedly keeps the transmission down, regardless of size. You know, you got a whole thing going on with flow and what's going on there, so it's more than just that. You know, I get what you're saying. Personally, I go out in public where I'm going to be close to people I don't know. I'm going to wear a mask because I respect the rest of the general public. And if I run into somebody in the drugstore or anywhere out in public, they can't wear a mask, that lights up a red flag. Here, where we're not that far away from a super spreader place, less than 10 miles away geographically from people who don't believe in protecting anybody else, and they're the crown of creation. They could give a damn about anybody.
Social contract, salute the flag, wear the mask. Easy peasy.
Yeah, it's common sense stuff, you know. I'm not going to wear a mask out in the middle of the woods where I'm hunting, that's for sure.
Well, if you're out in the middle of nowhere, we don't care if you give Bambi your heebie-jeebies, but, No, look back in 1918, man, they put on masks. It made a difference.
The crap where people are saying wearing a mask is, you're not a patriot if you wear a mask. That, to me, is freaking stupidity, man. Sorry, you've crossed the line into stupidity and into idiots that are going to lead you around and tell you what to do. Sorry. If somebody points at me for wearing a mask in public, you don't like it, walk up to me and say something.
You're 7'8". Who's going to walk up to you, W2JT? You do have the advantage of size there, son.
Yeah, I'm not that tall, but I'm tall enough.
Well, you hold yourself, for Christ's sake. You look like you're 7.5.
That's only when we're 1,000 feet in the air.
Yeah. Nope. You want to make a sacrifice, wear a mask. That's all you got to do. You don't have to can tomatoes. You don't have to sleep in a subway, darling.
Don't sleep in the subway. Who is that? Petula Clark?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good one, Dave.
Yeah, that harkens back to the whole British, Blitz gig. Don't sleep in the subway, darling. Yeah, that had like 3 levels of understanding in Great Britain when that hit top 12.
Top 12?
BBC, they use a different rating.
Yeah, I work with people, rejects from the Beeb, who came over here. I was not very impressed, but I'm hoping that the people they kept in employ over there were much better.
Caddy K. If the Earth comes to an end, and Kim Ding Dong has a submarine, a bad, stupid, lead-based, heavy outfitting him and Nick, it's going to land in Cape May Courthouse, and I'm going to croak off. I want to hear it from a girl that sounds like the Beatles.
Us millennials are going to take over and ruin everything, so don't worry, you won't miss anything.
That's more like reality there.
W2JT.
W2 very weak.
W2BTK.
It's a nice quiet, have you noticed it's a nice quiet frequency here?
It is. It's an oddball. Everyone's all kind of spread out too, but 3877 in full effect tonight.
We're not hearing it.
You guys doubled, and I'm sorry, Paul, you lost.
Yeah, everything with marriage there, buddy.
It's MRI night on 75 meters.
That's right, calling the MRI net. If you have used MRI equipment on the air, please check in now.
W2VW.
W2BTK.
Yeah.
I like used MRI tubes. I really do.
You got enough of them.
You know what?
I'm just running the ICOM tonight. I was down on 3605 with a group of guys, slot bucket, good group of guys in Chicago area. Yeah, I just dialed up here, heard you guys, figured I'd run up 46 with the Henry.
ICOM what?
ICOM?
ICOM took a fade.
746. Who is Virginia Beach?
746, I'm on a 718. Carl with a K zone 718. Chris JBL, Bruce Berman, any of us. I think there's a 718 like wave that needs to rise up and, be counted, appropriately mocked instead of, inappropriately mocked.
Yeah, back in the early 2000s, I had a 718 when I was up in Lorraine, and I sold it to a novice. Well, he was a novice that was working on his general, so I sold that to him because I had way too many radios. I wish I could have kept that thing. That was a nice little radio.
Somebody from Chicago?
Who among us have gotten rid of a radio and not regretted it?
Yeah, true. Dave, what did you say about Chicago?
I thought somebody was on there from Chicago.
I heard a call in there ending in Virginia Beach, but he didn't come back when I asked.
This is Kilo Romeo 3 November. The name is Ed in Virginia Beach, Virginia.
It sounds like Ed in Virginia Beach.
How you doing, Ed, in Virginia Beach?
I'm good. Hey, I don't mean to interrupt the cute or just send in the dial in AM and come across you and just wanted to jump in and say hey and hope everything's well.
Anybody got Ed's call?
Whiskey November 3 Summer another. What's the last, the suffix of it?
What?
Okay, Kilo Romeo 3 November, if you didn't hear it.
KR3N, what?
Kilo 30 November. Kilo Romeo 3 November. Cool. Well, he's not laboring as a roasted bass class.
Kinda rotten 3 nerds.
Karen! Karen's getting a bad rap on the internet there. Nice hearing your station, Ed. You're about 10 over into Cape May, New Jersey, W2JTK.
W2 very weak.
Into Stowe, Ohio, just north of Akron.
Oh, my grandparents live in Akron.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Mayview Drive there. So, well, my aunt is in the house now. My grandma is in the old folks' home down there, down the street. But yeah, I know Akron very well.
I don't know it that well. My daughter lives down there on Market Street, but stay out of there.
No, well, can you recommend a good dive bar that I won't get knifed?
No, but if you're in Akron, you've got to go to Skyway. It's the drive-in burger milkshake place, Skyway, man. I'm telling you, it's you're messing up if you're in the area and you don't go there.
They've got a monster bacon cheeseburger that is just out of this world.
Drive-in burger, bee cave.
Skyway off the highway.
Yeah, man.
They had in the 50s where the girls used to come out in roller skates and stuff.
Oh, they still do the roller skates, man. It's exactly like that still.
There's some polybifumulated Excel oil.
XLR.
You bit into a cheeseburger, and it was all cheese and burger.
Hey, Dave, what does XLR stand for? I knew this at one point, and now I forget.
I don't remember. It does mean something. I don't know. GWB 1, 2, 3. What does it mean? It means something.
It means 3, not 2. It's Latin.
Hey, Billy.
Yeah, what's up?
Which SDR do you have up there?
KFS.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're in there, we're making streaks. You got a little bit of a better streak than I have, but I'm like fading in and out. Oh, there, I'm coming up a little bit.
Yeah, and that's the answer in 2 seconds. If you don't like the weather, Sonny, You just wait, and it's gonna change.
David, XLR means extra line return.
There you go. Budley knows stuff.
Does it really? That actually fits. That's so far and above what I thought it was. I thought it more had to do
Hey,
with
Dave, the
initials
cave
of
dweller, welcome to the party,
the
man.
three,
Thanks for the follow.
bucktooth guys in the short sleeve shirt that invented the...
You're thinking of Ampex.
Yeah, Ampex, exactly.
Yeah, it does make sense, because they got a hard ground wire going to, what is it, pin 1, and then they've got the shield. So it's got an extra return.
By the way,
Sir NASA, same cats, man. You know, horn rim glasses.
By the way, Budley knows stuff, Paul.
Ralph knew stuff, and he's dead, so look out, bud.
I know a lot of stuff that don't mean a damn thing.
Yeah. Uh-oh, it's a carrier.
Well, to most people anyways.
We're all carrying a vast cache of, what we need to do is put out the stuff for general public consumption that might conceivably be worthwhile, and restrain our stupid prejudices and how we could have nailed back over in 7th grade bits. You know, those thoughts you have at 4 in the morning.
You know, Paul.
6th grade, either one. W2JTD.
W2VW. That's a sore subject.
Hey, what frequency are you set on?
We're on a... Oh, wait. Dave's on a weird frequency. I got it. I gotta go.
Me and Dave are on like 3877 or thereabouts. Paul's on 3875. You know, it just whatever. You're in the passband. You're good. This is AM, man. I'm not sweating it.
An E flat.
Yeah, that was a good double. Yeah, man, I was just wondering because it, you know,
Da-da-da-da.
waterfall over here and it's...
Who won?
I'm on 3873.5. I feel like I'm from Philadelphia, and I just got my beach chair, and I lathered up in sunscreen, and I get my beach chair and an umbrella, and I set up right in front of you.
Yeah, we're all the way up on 77 because we wanted to move away from those on the West Coast on AM who hang out on 3870. They have only one viable frequency on the West Coast, 3870. So either you're a part of that or you just kill yourself. So I decided to move up here, and there's nothing going on up here in the AM window. So here we are.
Yeah,
And that damn video, that damn digital hash that's on 3870. I don't know if you hear that where you live, but boy, that's loud here.
I'm hearing them just fine. Of course, I've got my 9-case filters out.
Well, it's challenging my SWR. Stand by. Jeez. Nope. Not making. Doesn't help.
No, Steve, that digital hash crap is not anywhere near annoying down here in 2-land, so it's a 1-land thing.
Yeah, it's quite strong here. It's about S9 here, so it's definitely a factor.
How you doing, Steve? Good to hear you.
Well, I'm doing good. Had my salmon for dinner and half a glass of wine, so doing good.
And your whole pad smells like fish.
What kind of wine?
A grill. You know what's weird about this fish? It's so fresh because they get it in every Friday, every Tuesday and every Friday. The truck comes and delivers it. I mean, I live way out in the middle of nowhere, so I go to the next town, which is only a few miles away. Well, all right, it's 6 miles away, and they've got this fish place, and they get fresh fish every Tuesday and Friday, and it is so fresh. You unwrap it and it put your nose like right next to it. There's absolutely no odor whatsoever. It's amazing fish. So every Friday they're used to me. Every Friday I walk in there and order a pound of the salmon, or maybe I'll get swordfish, and yeah, that's Friday dinner. If I have a date and I'm cooking for her, I say I'm going to get some fresh fish and we're going to have that, and they're always happy.
Yeah, but what kind of wine?
Cabernet Sauvignon.
That's good, man.
Fish. It's fresh and it doesn't stink, huh? Man, I live in Cape May and I can't get even near that.
Well, I had my classic redneck dinner tonight.
Newton is good. The Atlantic salmon.
I like it when it stinks.
No, real fish that's fresh doesn't stink, but, I mean, if you're drinking wine, I mean, it's going to dull your taste. I mean, it's vile. Wine's vile.
Red wine and fish, no.
Yes, wine is rotten grapes.
Red wine and salmon, yes.
Pull your socks off, stick your nose between your big toe and the would be the marble shooter if you had articulation, and you'll get the funk of some of the best earthy wine.
Is that the left or the right nostril?
Both. You can't separate them, or you start getting into that Hindu yin-yang thing, and it's like, am I healthy? Am I not healthy? You're healthy. Relax.
No. My left and right nostril do not operate in the same plane. They're in quadrature, so I can't sample anything directly. I need to know which one to use. W2 very weak.
Quadrature nostrils, nice.
Anyway, you're eating fish. It's fresh. You're doing good.
And I'm eating fresh redneck.
A1QAR.
Yeah, it's the place is amazing. Well, it's in Wolfboro. Wolfboro is it's the oldest summer resort in America. So I live in a resort area. Mirror Lake is one of the lakes up here in the Lakes region of New Hampshire. So I live right on that lake. But in the wintertime, most people vacate.
All right, there
so
you go. You
can
can see my mouse.
Nobody
So this,
up here. I mean, I'm here on the lake.
Happening. This is like
You know,
an
I'm
AM
looking out
signal
across the
I'm
lake.
receiving right now.
And I can see maybe 4
That's the
lights
spectral
over there, and there must be
representation.
You know, there's probably 50 houses
We're on
within view.
3.877 megahertz.
Everybody else is gone south for the summer or for the wintertime.
That's surprising because they're fleeing the cities.
Yeah, sorry about that. I hope you can hear me a little better now. So this is a spectral display. We're receiving signals, AM signals, on 3.877 megahertz. This is a visual representation here of the AM signal. And you know, when I transmit, I'm going to key up right now real quick. So that's me transmitting live on the air, and I'm just talking to these guys. So that's my receiver, and it shows you like a visual of it. And all these guys are located on the East Coast using ham radios to just talk to each other. And I'm talking to them right now.
Yeah, but throwing it on receive and not hearing the 50 cycle hum of humanity, that's some cool stuff.
How about trees?
Yeah, I got trees, but the trees are, they're not 90 feet high. They're high, but they're not 90 feet high.
Too bad, boy. Yeah, I've got it hooked up in this 90-footer, but I can't seem to load it satisfactorily, and there's so much damn noise in Newton, it's useless.
Yeah, you're right there in the middle of it all, Ted.
S9, the net last night, I couldn't hear a soul.
W2JTD, I got to get out of here. 7-3, gentlemen. Catch you another time. W2JTD.
Good night, Paul.
See you, Paul.
Compared to the rest of you guys.
Ooh, somebody else has a buzz too.
Yeah. And it wasn't Buzz.
Buzz?
So Dave, we got like a non-radio guy in the Twitch chat right now, and he's super confused. He's never seen this stuff before. I'm trying my best to explain what the heck's going on here.
Yeah, you got to tell them before the internet, people could communicate with each other without wires. They didn't know what each other looked like in different towns, and it happened through radio. But it's not the radio that you know today. It's the radio from yesterday that you don't know anything about. So be careful.
Yeah, I got 16 vacuum tubes in mine.
16. Well, there's a few in this Viking 2. There's one in my amplifier. There's some in the VFO. I'm gonna have like less tubes pretty soon, but still, I think just about every stage of the system will have tubes in it.
The KWM2, and it has a transmitter and a receiver on one chassis and 16 tubes. They're little guys.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, I'm a little more spread out.
Not only that, but Collins put in an amplifier in the same dinky chassis. 4 811s are crowded in there, and it makes 500 watts.
Yeah, it's got a little bit more B plus than is really healthy. Thank you.
What, 1600 volts?
Hey, you know when those suckers over, so I pin the voltmeter.
Well, voltmeters are usually pin at 1,000. You got to put a divider. But actually, with 125 volts in the plug, mine is almost a 2 kV.
Yeah, every one of those I ever worked on, the first one I saw was, I'm a youngster, I think 1982 or 3. They pegged the voltmeter. Always pegged the voltmeter.
Yeah, they get a little extra voltage, but, you know, the line voltage is a little higher than usual, too, so I didn't give it much thought.
Yeah, it's not 117 anymore.
Yep. So anyway, that's 4 more tubes for an even 20.
Nothing wrong with that there, Wrecking Ball.
No. Yeah, I suppose I should say Wrecking Ball. Yeah. And you're wall-to-wall and treetop tall.
Well, thanks for the report. I'm using my surplus MRI crap here. Got 6 kV going. And I live on an 80 by 100 lot, so I'm here as an inspiration to others who live on a small lot. And I can leave it keyed up for 3 hours, but I forget if I donate it to the fire department.
That 6 kV and not, going with the big bang.
Yeah, 6 kV is not that much. I was working with 38, 40 kV for years, and 6 kV is just like a walk in the park.
Just as long as you don't have a filter capacitor, with a few gazillion joules behind it.
Well, that's where you put the series resistor, 25 ohm, 220, wire wound, can get you out of a lot of trouble.
Yeah, the 25 ohm or the 20 ohm magic fuse. That's true. Because when those suckers let go, man, it gets nasty. It's like a wrecking ball.
And you would know that.
Oh yeah. Capacitors are such great. They're better than firecrackers.
They're a lot better than firecrackers, man. You reach into one of those 3,000 volt amplifiers, and you got the whole storage of the capacitor that's going to kill you, plus what's coming out at 3,000 volts in real time. Yeah, you got BAM! You got 10 times the joules that's going to give you that jolt and send you on into the next dimension where you won't even be on the air.
High voltage is certainly scary, but there's something about high current. Like, you're climbing around on top of that, switch gear with the 2,000 amp main, 480 gear, only 480 volts, but it's got those big buses and a 2,000 amp main, and you got the knockout set, and you got one hand reached into the top there, and you're popping out a hole where you're going to bring in your 4-inch conduit, and you can't shut it down because, somebody's on, Pornhub or whatever in their cubicle up there, and it's real important that you do this hot work, and you pop the thing out and you're putting the connector in and you drop the lock nut on that bus. There's something about that bang, that type of bang, with the it's special. It's different, It's a whole nother world. It's usually poop in your pants afterward.
My first week I worked at Marine Products with the 48-volt telecom power supplies. And a guy working on a 10,000 amp bus, and he forgot to take his wedding ring off. That's about as much of the story as you need to know.
Oh.
Vaporize that gold in an instant.
I know a guy who became the
Yo,
youngest
Hunter, man, dude, thanks for the
retiree
sub,
of a certain
bro.
local in
That's
North
awesome,
Jersey.
dude. I'm glad you're enjoying the channel,
Sparky,
man. Thanks so
local.
much.
He was working on something where he was reaching his two arms with the asbestos insulated sleeves in between three feeders and working mechanically on a box. And somebody didn't clean off the top of the box last time they worked on it. So while he was vibrating this thing for whatever it was he was doing, the hardware came dancing down and it got across two of the feeders, and he got zorched so bad that it melted his neck.
Ouch.
Dude, it's bad. It's bad stuff.
It is. You got to be careful. Hey, my adult beverage bottle is empty. I'll be back.
We'll be waiting, Budley.
Yes, Budley. We'll see you when you get back.
That's what you guys were talking. Steve was talking about his dinner. I had the classic redneck dinner. I had a good-sized bowl of venison stew, and my drink du jour was Yingling.
Yingling and venison. I think you one-upped me. I ate a spicy burger, and the 811 rig is the flavor of choice.
Well, that bottle ain't gonna walk itself down the steps. I'll be back.
Yeah, they make catheters. So, Billy.
Yo, what's up?
I am so happy about this thing here. I can't tell you.
Dude, it's working. What are you driving with right now?
I got the IPA going, the one in the corner there, and I'm just tickling the IPA. It's ridiculous. It's like Class A plus. The final is close to Class A also.
Ah, I see. So you're really lowballing that white thing over there.
Yeah, I got no damn gain compression here. This is all linear amplifier, but gain compression is pretty much non-existent. The word of the day is dissipation. But I got my own pole pig, and I'm thinking that I'm really lucky to have my own pole pig, so I'm going to use it.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, I mean, you don't need that whole pole pig for that. But that's good. I finally have my own pole pig too. It's nice. Where you live, that's really nice.
Yeah, man. I just want to see what happens when you put up a tower and you stick an antenna for this band up at 80 feet or 85 feet. I need to see that before I die.
Yeah, well, it's coming. At some point. I'll just be excited to get this other rig going. I was having a lot of fun with that stuff. With my spectral shenanigans.
Yeah, that's good that, you're doing it in many different ways and you're learning stuff. That's what amateur radio is about. You get a license so that you can learn stuff. You're granted a license by the government, and the flip side is you need to improve your skill set. And that's what amateur radio is all about. So anybody who's not improving their skill set, you're wasting your time. Thank you. W2VW.
Well, anybody with a very weak signal is always motivated to make it stronger.
Or just give up.
No, nobody gives up. It's always like you give it a couple of days rest, you know, play a little canasta with the old lady in her club, and then you suddenly get a second wind.
I don't think, Ted, I've ever
Dude,
heard you
thanks
on
for
the
the
air
bits,
at this
man.
hour of the evening, so I'm thinking I could apply for some type of award.
Yeah, the Late Night Wrecking Ball Award.
LNRB, you know? That's got a ring to it.
Yeah. Well, I got the 7300, and the fish finder is just endlessly entertaining to see the harmonics in people's audio.
Yeah, how's this?
Well, I didn't see too much of that. You gotta realize I'm in a high noise area place, which is why I had this nice big wire antenna that was about 10 dB stronger, but I couldn't hear a bloody thing, so I'm back on the 8-foot loop.
Yeah, we're kind of close. The band is stretched out, so signals are going to be weak. That's a good report.
Well, the thing that forgives my 30% efficient loop is the fact that the magnetic near field bounces off the ground, such as anything bounces off the ground, in phase.
No, 30% for a loop is really, 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 really good.
Well, I've got, you know, 2 quarter-inch bolts between the capacitor and the ends of the copper tubing. I mean, I don't give anything away.
Yes, the word for the day is copper. Silver-plated copper. It looks great. It's a little bit better, but it looks great.
Yeah, I paint everything I have hanging in the trees. I paint it black because I don't want the neighbors to get excited.
You see your red door and you want to paint it black. No colors anymore. You just want to paint them black. I see my loop in the air and I'm thinking about its radiation resistance.
Well,
Wait, what?
you know, after all, we're dealing with skin effect.
Skin effect. What did that look like?
It looks like it only travels on the surface.
I don't have any bandwidth limiting right now, and I feel great.
Ain't a wonderful thing. WD8BIL as the beaver.
Ah, you're fading up here, Budley. W2 very weak on Beechwood Mountain.
Yeah, you're peaking 30 over.
Really?
I only run a 200 watt carrier too, so.
I only got X amount of watts here, too.
Legal limit, right?
Somewhere. What's the legal limit for an MRI, Billy?
Legal limit for an MRI? I don't know, the 1500 watts PEP?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Now, how does it say it in Part 97? Enough power to ensure the communication is good or something like that.
Well, we were on here and there's all kinds of quirm and crap, and now there isn't. So apparently this applies.
Yo, Mike!
Oh yeah, you know, during battle conditions, it totally applies.
Yo, everybody's showing up in Twitch right now, man. Dave, are you in here?
No, I gotta check it out. I'll look at a different window. I'm looking at KFS because it's kind of cool. But goodbye, KFS.
I'm looking at KFS and streaming. You got a hammer there. It looks like I'm doing pretty well too. Look at that. Oh, we're doubling. You're keying up. I see that.
How can you?
I see that.
it's like a horse race, man.
1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Yeah, I'm tired of getting sand kicked in my face, Billy.
Well, I don't think you are, man. Come on.
Well, yeah, but I was, you know. I got my 1957 rig. I get on here, get my ass kicked all over the band. That's not fun, you know. How do you think it feels to be me?
Dave, you've never been weak here. I've never heard you with the weak signal.
Because you can't hear me.
You gotta go get those 24s and, you know, take 2 of them, put them push-pull, Class B, and make an audio amp that would make the Clare brothers drool. There you go. And,
Hey, old bastard, welcome
That's
to the
more
party,
than
man.
WABC AM.
I just want a simple linear amplifier to put behind my 7300 so that I'm a little bit louder than I am now.
Problem you got, Ted, is it's like your angle. I don't know what the hell's going on there, but when the band goes long, it's like.
Like what?
Well, he's cleaning his spit screen right now.
I think he's got a lot of low angle stuff going there.
Well, the magnetic antenna is an equal opportunity radiator. It does do a lot of low angle. I do a wicked ground wave on this thing.
I was thinking of putting an automatic winch out on the tree that's holding up this dipole and lowering it for you know, short skip, and then raising it to get it for DX. I can go probably between like 10 feet off the ground to like 90 feet.
I'm doing that here already, Budley, on 10 meters when the band goes in and out, and it's really funky.
What, you got 2 antennas mounted at different heights?
No, I got a telescoping tower, so I can go between about 36 feet and 82 feet and see how I'm going. I've been doing a lot of FT8 on 10 meters, and it's very educational. Anything above 35 feet is really, really, really long haul, like Japan or China.
Well, yeah, 10 meters. That's gonna, that 50 foot difference. That's gonna make a big difference.
10 meters?
10 meters is not dead. There is E-skip and there's double and triple E-hop skip if you're using FT8. Forget about CW. It's no longer the king of it'll get out when nothing else works. FT8 kicks everything else's butt except for possibly WSPR. You want to get on and reach out and touch somebody, FT8 works great.
What if you want to do a little more than touch?
Then I should just forget it, the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because that FT8 though is wicked cool the way it does get picked up at those ridiculous distances on the bands that are normally shut.
Yes, that's right. And if you want to have a real QSO with somebody, you have to wait for the sunspots to get on 10 meter AM and talk to people all over the world like we're doing here. That doesn't work right now. But the FT8 helps you to maximize your station efficiency, and that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I was just thinking of going a little bit in terms of a little more bandwidth with an FT8, and at a cost of signal to noise. But at least you could sort of say, you know, a couple of words to your sponsor.
Well, here's the thing. If you're experimenting with systems and antennas and propagation, FT8 gives you a good feel for what's going on once you spend a little bit of time with it. So you put up a new loop for 10 meters or, you know, even this band, you could do that right here, you know. Retune down to 3573 one night with a certain system, and then the next 5 nights with different systems, so you can kick out propagation as a factor. And you get a real good feel for what's going on and what you changed and how well it works. And no, you don't get to say hello to anybody. You can't talk about airplanes, but it gives you basically what you need to monkey around with hardware.
No, you hit the nail between the eyes, yeah, for antenna testing. And I do a lot of that. And I sit around and listen to some boring QSO until they say something that I can break in on, and then I ask them, oh, by the way, I want to try this other antenna. But you got the right idea. Yeah, you get a whole shitload of data, because you get a lot of, reception points. Yeah, you're right. I stand corrected.
Well, I didn't mean to correct you. Just wanted to inform you because you may not have tried it out. And it's fun. When I learned about it, I would not have learned about this crap, and I wouldn't given a damn about it, except for somebody in my family who is younger than I said, you old dumbass, you should try this. And I did. So I'm just passing it along. It's a lot of fun, Ted.
No, I'm with you. So what if it takes 10 minutes to exchange calls and QDHs? The idea is you can figure out, oh, well, this antenna is reaching Japan on a regular basis, and this other antenna does it once in a while, and that tells you something, and you find that out like in a day.
Yeah, it gives you a real feel for how propagation works. You got it. So pick it up and run with it, or not. Or just get on and you could talk to Bear about stuff.
Well, that's another aspect of the hobby is talking to Bear.
Yeah, that's true. Bear's a lot of fun. He's a whole lot of fun. Every time I go into my medicine cabinet and I see Bear, I think of Bear. This is Bear versus Bear, and you say it the same way. And sometimes I get a headache when I'm listening to Bear. So it's perfect.
So the one Bear takes care of the other.
It's like a conjugate match. We got the plus and minus reactive symbols. I hope he's listening, but he's not listening.
Well, tomorrow we got a little joyride out to Andover, Mass. For him, it's like 2 hours of on the trail in his van, so he may be sleeping in.
I don't hear him. Somebody else.
Yeah.
Hey.
I mean, I got this great wire antenna that I put up the other day. It's 180 feet. It goes up 60 feet, goes about 60 feet across, and then down. It's a monster antenna for a little postage stamp urban lot. It's useless on the HF voice band because of the noise, but maybe FT8 will be its salvation.
FT8's, I mean, it's fun if you don't want to talk to anybody and you just want to focus on, like, propagation and doing that. I don't know, you can learn a lot from it.
180 feet. 180 feet, man, that worked really well for a low angle antenna on this band and on 160 if you feed it right. But doggone it, you need a counterpoise, so you either have to have like hundreds of feet of wire in the ground, or you could boost the feed point up 30 feet in the air and have 3 or 4 quarter wave resonant radials on 160, 125 feet each, and that'll work really well. When you get to the point of having the radials underground to feed 180 feet, that's a lot of work to make it work right. I like the raised radials. You see these AM broadcast stations doing that. you have these AM broadcast stations, especially up in the high end of the band, who are circling the drain. They're not making any money. If somebody steals their copper or something happens, somebody builds a parking lot and trashes their radial field, they just put up raised radials. And sometimes the raised radials aren't even all that long. Somebody takes a broomstick, then they wind some, number 22 copper around the broomstick and shellac it, and the whole thing heads out into the woods, and it will make spec so that you can satisfy the 1934 ground system requirements for your AM radio station.
I like that. Number 42 wrapped on a broomstick. I got to hear more about this.
I've seen it, Ted. I've seen it, and if I didn't see it, I wouldn't be talking about it. AM radio station up, near the very top of the band. Somebody dug up, it was a questionable land situation where they really didn't own it, but they were using it, and, things happened. They didn't have their radial system was gone, so they put raised radials up, and they were able to make spec, so they could satisfy microvolts per meter, and the FCC would leave them alone and go bother someone else.
Man, so it performed. Well, of course, if you got 120 broomsticks with number 42, it splits the current up 120 ways, I suppose. That's way cool.
Oh man, Ted's about gone here in Ohio.
You were hearing Ted okay, and now you're not, Dudley?
Yeah, he's getting down in the noise. Band is stretching out.
Ted?
Dudley's in the mud. It's just it's a gray hole.
Maybe it'll flip around.
Yep.
Everybody's strapping here.
Clock.
I think I said I gave up on the high wire.
Nice and quiet, Billy.
Yeah, except for the occasional lightning static.
Who's the W2 station?
I'm gonna get this little dinky, 8-pill, 500-watt linear after the 7300. So I'm really a piss squeaker.
Well, that time I heard you play well. Band's moving around.
Yeah, I'm a piss weaker too. I'm running a surplus MRI tube with 6 kV on it, and I'm a piss weaker.
I'm running the classic, the 2K classic, in the low power tab, come think of it.
Now, how many, what kind of tube you got in there?
Yankee Charlie -156.
How many watts dissipation? How big is it? 156?
Yeah, you got the Google machine going there, Ted?
All right, I'll wake it up. Well, you're not going to tell me. You're going to make me look it up.
You'd be better off looking it up. What you'll find is better than what I will tell you.
All right, Yankee Charlie 156.
Roger.
It's a tube with handles.
Yeah, I just switched it over to the high power.
Whoa, check that.
Yeah. 3500s love it when you put 3600 volts on them.
Yeah, that's definitely smoking there, Budley.
Wow.
This is a great amp for $900.
I think I never paid more than $100 for an amp.
I have.
So I didn't mind paying. In fact, the guy was asking $1,100 for it, and he lived about 20 miles to the west of where my cabin is. And I told him, hey, I'm going to be down there this weekend, so rather than ship it, I'll just pick it up. He said, oh, that'd be great. So I stopped by there Friday morning, and he had it out in the garage with the rig and a dummy load, and he, fired everything up, and I checked it out real good, and I said, okay, will you take $1,000 for it? And he says, well, I don't know. He says, seems we're gonna have to ship this out as $950. I said, wait a minute, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to go like between what you were asking and what I offered. He goes, no, you're saving me a couple $100 in shipping, so I got it for $900.
That sounds like a happy story to me. W2 very weak at 50.
WD8BIL as the beaver.
W2BTK on Montana Mountain.
So Billy, you're running the Viking too.
Portable.
Yep. Somebody else checked in there too, portable station. And yes, I'm running the Viking 2 tonight.
Yeah, you obviously have an external modulator and done some mounts to it.
Yep, I'm using an old Crown Comtech amplifier as a modulator.
I just got a Hammond transformer. It's a 100-watt transformer that I'm going to put in my Viking 1, the venerable Viking Bud. And I've got a Hafler Pro 1200 amplifier. It's 120 watt per channel that I used to blow harmonica through in a blues band. And later this fall, when I get my right hand back, that's what I'm going to do with the Viking 1. So it's good to hear that the results can be fabulous.
Yeah, those Hammond transformers are cool. They're a little pricey from what I remember looking at them. I guess you turn it around backwards and it's pretty close, but I went with the toroidal power transformer method that Dave showed me, and that works really well if you're using less than 3,000 volts. So for Viking, oh man, it's great. I think I worked it out where I run mine kind of at full tilt. It was like the mod impedance was like 3,000 ohms or something like that, and then the output of this audio amplifier / modulator is 4 ohms. And I took the 2 Antec transformers. They all have 115 volt primaries, and they're dual primaries, so there's 2 115 primary windings on each toroid, and you basically you hook all those 115 primaries together. So like the transformers are kind of in series with the first one turned around backwards, and the secondary voltages also dual windings on the secondary, so 55 volts on one and 800 volts on the other. So the 55 volt one gets fed from the 4 ohm output, and both sets of 55 volt windings there are paralleled and fed with 4 ohms, and then that cascades through all the 110 windings are all hooked together. So now you're into that second transformer, and you use the 2 800 volt windings on the secondary of that. You put in series for 1600 volt winding, and then you get your 55 to 1600, and it's almost perfect 1 to 29 or 1 to 28 or whatever you need to get the 4 ohms to play into those 6146s. It works, dude. It works great. It's exactly what I'm doing here. I got a schematic of it, the modulator on my QRZ page. I even made a YouTube video where I sit down with the pad and pencil and basically draw it all out and everything. You can check that out. I might not have a link handy for that, but if you come in the Twitch chat, I'll drop a link. W2BTK.
All right, I'll check that out. Yeah, because I plan on doing something similar to my Drake T4. Just sticking a transformer in the power supply and feeding the audio into that. So purely plate modulate the T4 and then drive the amplifier. So sounds any way you can get on AM is fine business.
Fine business. W2 very weak.
Okay.
I'm gonna be getting on AM with some fancy newfangled crap pretty soon.
Yeah, who's a portable station?
Just ID and K1QAR portable.
S9 in Ohio.
Did you just tell Ted that he was asinine?
No. I said S9. I wouldn't call Ted asinine. I don't know Ted that well.
The
Roger.
S9 and S9 are very close.
Maybe next QSO.
Hey, Billy.
Yeah, what's up? Oh, Travis is in the chat there, Dave.
Hey there, Travis. Hello. I'm not in the chat right now, but I'm in the chat. But I'm not looking at it. Nice to hear that you're connected via the electron, photon, weird-on spectrum that's going on there.
Hello, Dave. Yeah, I'm on the week 1000. I probably can't hear me, but hello.
And there he is. No, I hear you, dude. You're a little low, but you're in there.
Yep. Wow.
I hear you.
I heard him. Travis, I heard you, man, and, you know, that's not trivial because it's only October, and there's a lot of static crashes and crap, so that's not bad.
I heard you up in Ohio too, Travis. WD8 EIL as the beaver.
Somebody else say hello, Dave, I'm moving up in the world, man. I'm up to only 7 feet tip to tip.
And he's off the end of my antenna.
Yeah. Well, that's far out, man. 73 from Nueva Jersey. Over.
Yeah, see you later, Travis. AG5CK. My man. Out there in Tejas. Say hi to Steve for me. W2BTK.
Will do, man. I talked to Steve last weekend. He was working on his stuff. I don't know if he got it straightened out or not, but I don't know. He may come in later.
Tell that duck plucker to get to work.
I ain't heard the word duck plucker in a long time.
Wow, I got Travis on 2 bands, Billy.
Oh, hell yeah. Where you were talking to him before, or what band?
Yeah, I worked him on 10 meters back in, I think, 15.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I don't fool around here, Bubba.
Sure, I remember when I moved in here, it was a 2013, that's it, 15 meters every once in a while.
No, you would hear me on 10 meters.
I didn't have anything up on 10 at the time. It was just, 15 meters. Dave, I had this radio out in the garage with the MLA 2500.
Well, you might have heard me on 15. I did get on, but not very much, because I did not have a really good 15-meter antenna situation, whereas my 10-meter antenna situation was, like, over and above, which was a whole bunch of fun.
Well, we used to get on with that guy out there in Washington, out on that island, at W7. Oh, I can't remember what his call was. It was a chaos. I can't remember, but I vividly remember that because I was set up portable, basically a throw-together station out in the garage with a, first one I talked to was you on 15 meters.
Yeah, you're thinking of W7 NGA, who was on an island off of Washington State.
Right, up there at 21,430 or something like that.
Yep, that's right. Man, I was only on there for like a very short period of time, so I guess you just happened upon that.
Yep, it made me feel good that I can get something together real quick and talk to somebody, relatively regularly. I mean, just about every time I called CQ, you were on there during that time. But that, that was 2013. Heck, that was 7 years ago.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. I was hoping you were going to get some peace and quiet.
Okay. Talk to my buddy Dave anytime, anywhere.
Oh, thanks, Bud Lee, and I hope Bambi's mom gets blown to oblivion, buddy.
Dave, that's the handsome Dave made.
Well, that's true. I am running a Dave made here. Oh, I haven't even looked on my security camera to see if there's smoke pouring out of it, Billy.
Uh-oh. I doubt there is, but you should keep an eye on it anyway. Yeah, see, that's Dave made. I like to consider Big Blue here an ape made amplifier, because that was, you know, it's really a hybrid, but that was like during the ape era.
You know, you're right.
Ape made.
This is frequency and abuse.
It's PW. Hello.
Dave, what's up?
How you doing? I heard you on here earlier, and I hear you on here all the time. And it's good to hear you on.
Well, it's good to be heard. It's nice to be on this side of the dirt and making noise.
Yeah. Yep, it's post you-know-what.
Yup.
Yeah. Got the t-shirt, Bubba. Good for you. Sounding great. Good to hear you.
Yeah, you guys are doing really very nicely up here in the mid-coast of Maine. It's W-E-1-I, WQ.
Hey, Billy.
Yeah.
You hear P.W. Fallon there? I heard guys talking about him for years, like 35 years. He was building a big rig. Like, years and years. He finally built it.
Oh, I hear him. I hear him all the time.
All the time?
I listen to you all the time.
My good friend Timmy, I'm never gonna get away from that.
Yes, Timmy.
Oh,
God, that was 1968.
yeah. Uncle Sam's Playground. Ted Offensive. And there was Timmy.
You know, Dave, that's a great tube when you don't need a socket for it.
You like that?
I'm jealous.
I got it right at 6 kV.
Well, having built many amplifiers, that I'm jealous.
You shouldn't be jealous. It's a bunch of old crap, because these things are old now. You can't even get them. I just happened to buy a bunch of them because I was smart.
I'm going to send you an email.
You do that. I'll send you back an email when I get a chance, Budley. But thank you. I know, Budley, that you have amplifier kung fu.
Oh, yeah.
Budley, the internet chat crowd is saying that AM Facebook sucks, and they would like to tell you glory to you and your QSO.
Well, thank you very much. I'll have to check that out. I don't have my my internet computer on.
What?
Dave, speaking of the 4x1, it is slowly but surely being resurrected. The RF deck is in much better shape than it was, so you better be careful, because you just better watch it, Sonny. It's coming.
I happened to catch your audio explanation of where physically that was at one time, and oh man. So good for you.
Yep. You know, the mod iron is looking okay, and the RF deck is Yeah, it's just about there. So, this will be a fall project. Get a couple of things. Got to get the boat winterized, a couple of things around here, and then it's time to put some more fire in the wire.
Yeah, good to hear. You're such in great spirits and a good signal, and you're going to put all that old crap back together.
Yep, and this is the Valiant, and it does all right, but it'll be nice to have a little extra in the back pocket, so to speak.
For Valiant, that sounds great, and you're strapping down here. I'm halfway down the state of New Jersey, between Manhattan and Atlantic City. You're strapping.
Yeah, well, thank you, sir. You guys are doing really good up here. It's funny, I think the signals... Well, this is a much better location than Boxford was. There I brute forced my way out. Here, it's like, okay, it's just all up and to the right in terms of signal when the beast gets back on.
Get yourself a 10-meter Yagi. You will have so much damn fun in 3 or 4 years.
Well, are we, that's the thing. I haven't followed the cycles that closely, but I hope we get 10 meters back.
There are people in Italy and the UK that collect boat anchors, and they're on AM. And from where you are, this is a slam dunk. Oh, man.
Yep, I can see a couple of arrays, and yeah, we'd be in good shape. Yeah, this is a superb location. The salt water is, 100 feet from the antenna. What more can I say?
Oh, yeah, you'll do fine. The classic 5-element Yagi maximized for forward gain. That'll do it.
Yeah, I miss getting up on 10, especially with the Europeans Saturday morning, just hanging out and talking to the folks in the UK and, through the Netherlands and through Germany, Denmark. It's all a great time.
Yep. Well, people are saying the band is never going to come back. Yes, it will. But you have to be better equipped because the band won't be as good as it was in 1958.
Yeah, I don't know. I suspect that that's just not going to happen in our lifetime, get back to there, but who knows?
You know what? Nobody knows. You see all these people that are trying to figure this crap out. I have to say it, years ago, I met a bunch of people from NBS, National Bureau of Standards, and these guys were, they were in the 70s and 80s back 30 years ago. And they all... When you started talking about predicting the next sunspot cycle, they would get really quiet and look at each other and smile like, yeah, we tried to figure that out. We couldn't figure it out. It's not that simple.
Well, I think that's the thing. It's just, the science is still a little, there's still some uncertainty in some of these calculations or predictions. That's really not the calculations, but it's the models that folks use. And yeah, well, I know it's been pretty pathetic the last cycle or so, but hopefully it gets better.
Last cycle where you are now, you would have had a blast with 50 watts, 100 watts, and a really good antenna. You would have had a blast, so it wasn't that bad. W2 very weak. Somebody else.
We're talking about data centers and redundant power and crap in the Twitch chat. It's interesting listening to you guys having a completely different conversation.
That's good to know. Good to have conversations.
There's all kinds of conversations. I could fire up the voice chat too. Then you have 3 different conversations going.
I'll be back. I got a phone call.
Well, then we're going to have to get the women in because they can multi-process better than us.
And it's scary, right?
It's just there.
There's no noise.
It's nice. I have no bandwidth limiting right now either. How's that working out? Is it any different?
It's very smooth and sounds fine.
On the high and low end.
Well, that's good. Sometimes I like to spread my signal. It's pretty wide.
Nobody else competing with it. It's not like there's a problem with crowding on this frequency.
There's just that digital crap below us is all I see.
Yeah, I have it, but it's real weak. And it's only 7. It's weaker than you are.
It sounded really good. AG5 and CK.
Oh, dang, Travis, yeah, you came up over here. You're doing pretty well now. And thanks for the flowers there, Commode.
That's good.
Wait, what?
Hey.
Did you fall asleep?
Hey, Travis, how you hearing this piece of crap?
You're good in Boston. Come on, Travis, wake up.
It's MRI tube check-in night.
Boy, that Yankee Tango tube, that's definitely not a girly man tube.
No, you doubled Travis. But yeah, me and Dave are both running one of those. We got twin amps here. Dave built both of them.
How come he picked that particular tube? Just because they were laying around?
Hey, Billy.
I mean, I like the fact they're only good to 30 megacyclones because that, cuts out a large part of their of the competition for them.
Hey, Billy.
Yes.
Where on Facebook did you say the accolades were pouring in?
Oh, you mean like AM Facebook?
Yeah.
That's like the AM Classic group, Phil Needledicker or whatever that, what the hell's his call sign? I don't know. He runs that thing. They all kicked me off of there. 'Cause I had like I had posted a bunch of pictures of my homebrew push-pull 810 transmitter that I'm working on, and there was like a CB in the background or something. I don't know.
Oh, alright. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I would forget that crap, man. Focus on the positive.
That's right. You kicked me off, too, because I got 2 CBs sitting right behind me. They're Cobra 19s.
Yeah, I got Cobra Snake for a recti, or live in a rural house, blah. Yeah.
Oh, well, live and let live.
Yeah. Well, that's why we say AM Facebook sucks. Because for the most part, it's just a bunch of dudes who, like, can't really do much with their radios, or, they're always 50 over into Facebook land, and they count on that.
Amen on that. It's about time you tell the truth.
Oh, it's that WOO guy again.
Nah, that's Louie.
Yeah.
This is Luigi.
Hey, Luigi.
Hey, don't get me mixed up with no WOO guy.
That's N9 GTO.
Oh, I got him confused with that other guy out there. I'm sorry, my bad.
WD8B on
That's not bad. You ain't bad for a white boy.
Yeah, thank you. White boy, how do you know I'm white?
I've seen your picture.
Doesn't matter. I said you're not bad for one.
You ever check out my last name on QRZ? You do that, get back at me.
Well, you check out my last name, which spelled the last 2 letters yellow and gray, and it's the other way.
It's me, the streamer.
I never said you were white.
Oh, no.
None of us are white. I mean, even if you're white, you're not white, man. You might be beige, but if you're white, you're probably dead.
That's right. I got blue eyes, blonde hair, and I'm German.
Oh, so you're German.
That's Dugats.
So you got no damn sense of humor. Well, wait a minute. You got a sense of humor. You can't be German.
Humor? No. I'm just having fun with Billy. Just having fun with you, too. We're all having fun, right?
Yep.
Hell yeah. Oh, man, we're having like a party here on Twitch. Everybody's stopping by.
Yeah, I was in there laying in bed, half asleep, listening to you on the SDR, and I thought, all this stuff's sitting out here running, and I'm not out here. So I'm coming out here. But I really didn't know if, if the bad conditions were, if you were in California, if you were whatever. You know what I mean, Billy?
Yeah, man.
How you been, bro?
Oh, not bad. So he just popped in here. I think they've got a Viking. I think they tried the Antec trick.
They tried to do what?
The trick with the Antec power, toroidal power transformers as a mod transformer.
It has to be done by a specialist.
That's how cool people do it.
That has to be done by a W2BTK.
Yeah. Low THD modern solid state audio amplifiers as a modulator instead of, tubes, which work really well, but, it's just cool.
It's real cool. You're going to do mine.
Oh, snap.
Yep, I'll ship mine up there a year, and you keep it for 4 or 5 months. You'll get around to do it this winter, and you'll ship it back.
Yep. Man. I just had a brain fart there, Louie.
Yeah, you're going to talk on it for 2 months before you ship it back.
When are you going to get on with your pair by a pair?
How do you know what I'm on right now?
Oh, you're running right now?
No, what do you think I'm running right now?
ICOM 7300.
No! I'm not running an ICOM 7300. No, I'm running a pair of 250s. I'm modulating a pair of 250s. I'm not on the Jewel to
No, I'm joking. All right, so you're on a pair of 250s. I meant, when are you going to fire up the pair of 1000s by a pair of 1000s? Commode.
I'm talking about.
I get some serious mileage.
It's sitting in the living room at the farm.
Well, when are you going to fire it up?
I got to go up there one night on a Friday night and hang out real late and fire it up and put the fire in the wire. And I got a pair, I told you what I did. Hold on a minute, my screen went blank. You still hearing me?
I'm hearing you just fine.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I know what happened now. I got it straightened out. Anyway, I was looking at the monitor, and the monitor went dead. The W1QIX monitor. I was like, yeah. But anyway, make a long story short, I got to go up to the farmhouse and stay kind of late on a Saturday night or Friday night and turn it on, load it up. I'm running a pair of RG6 shorted on one end, the ground, and then I'm just running it, and I got tape running about every 3 feet. And you can run it through the gutters, you can run it under a foundation, you can run it underground, you can run it anywhere. And it goes out to the Len Martin Tower that has the 3 guide wires, and it works really good with the AT out there. Over.
Man, what do you got, like a radio station over there? Like a real one? You got doghouse with an antenna tuner in it and all that? That's like how they do it at, the big boys.
kind of doing it like K4 KYV.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, Don knows what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, I'm being a little Don.
He doesn't have any coax.
No coax.
That's it. I got a little tuner here and a big tuner there, and I'm running 75 ohm. And it's all it takes, that direct burial, and I'm running the center conductor.
W2, very weak.
The W2BTK.
M9 GTO.
WA1IWQ Coastamine.
Hey, Joe, you need to get a report from the Midwest.
I don't know if they can hear this trash out there.
You're 20 over, old man.
Yeah, hi, this is Joe. I'm in Brunswick, Maine. Whereabouts you located, and what's your name, over?
I'm in southern Indiana overlooking Louisville, Kentucky, 950 feet above sea level.
I hear you got a nice signal this evening into Maine. Yeah, just running a little Valiant and a horrible antenna, but I'm on the water, so that makes up for it.
There's nothing wrong with that. See, I figured out that W2BTK has a bunch of ore under his property, over.
You saying he's got horrors under his property?
Ore, iron, ore.
Oh, ore. I thought you said horror. Never mind.
We know where Dave's head's at.
Yeah, Dave Patterson said that.
You notice how BTK ain't talking.
BTK, where are you?
I'm talking to the Twitch chat. I'm talking to you guys. You know, I'm multitasking over here.
Like I said, I think that y'all bought that property because of all the iron ore underneath the property.
You know, he's digging up all the old car parts and crap, getting rid of all the tires, trying to clean the place up. But I mean, he's doing something that's nice for most of the world, but for like the one person who's the weirdo ham radio operator, I really wish he would leave all that crap in the ground.
It's underground. The ore is underground, hundreds and hundreds of feet underground. It's called iron ore.
Nah, it's all the old radial tires that are stacked up out there under my antenna. That's it right there.
Yeah. And you got a tarp over your house to keep the water out. Okay.
I got old carburetors and crap. Like you dig in the ground, you need a carburetor. Just like come dig out here for like 45 minutes in the yard and in the field out back, and you'll probably find a couple. One might even be the one you need.
All right, guys, I'm gonna switch to the 7700. I'll be right back. I'll go in the house. I'm gonna put this on standby, kill the high voltage, and I'll turn it off later. M9 GTO QSY to the 7700.
What? That's Louis. N9 GTO.
Garbage truck in overdrive. You hear them coming up your street. Gas, tires, and oil. That's what GTO means, not Gran Turismo Homologato. It's gas, tires, and oil.
I thought it was like a Pontiac model.
Well, yeah.
What else with GTO?
This place in Cuba where they keep the bad people.
First muscle car.
K4 Romeo Tango.
K4 Romeo Tango?
Yeah, good evening. Name here is Brad in Northern Virginia. Been reading the mail. Just wanted to see if you could copy me. And I'm copying you and BTK quite well here. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, Brad. Got a good signal up here in New Jersey, about halfway down the state on the Atlantic coast. Call us W2VW. W2 very weak. Name is Dave. Delta Alpha Victor Echo. You're about 20 over 9 up here, doing well.
Okay, thank you, Dave. W2VW K4RT. I'm running 100 watt carrier, maybe a little bit more, into an inverted V. Apex up about 60 feet. And I've been in here listening for over an hour. I've been working on something else and just had the receiver on here. So when I heard the other state, I've got some local noise, some kind of man-made noise. So for a while, the other station was kind of covered up. Not BTK, I can hear him quite well too. You're both 20 over 9. But the guy that you, somebody asked if he was running a 7300. I couldn't hear him very well, but then he was coming up. So anyway, just wanted to say hello. And we're running a Heathkit DX100B. Go ahead.
Yeah, DX100 sounds great, Brad. Doing well. Thanks for your work there on AM spots and other stuff you've done on the internet. I enjoyed that. And thanks for the signal report. Yeah, DX100 sounds really good. And you listened for a whole hour and you still checked in here. So, Billy, go ahead. W2 very weak.
Man, there's Louie again. Yep, I'm kind of torn. We're having some good chats here on the internet chat, talking about antennas and stuff, coat hangers, you know, and VE2HS is saying hello to everybody out here on the frequency, checking in via Twitch.
Hello up in Canada.
And he's stuck in an apartment, but he's looking at a house, trying to make some big radio moves.
W82JID.
You need to rent a remote station out of your location.
KC1HTP.
I heard WA2JID and also ETP.
You heard what I said.
And I heard Louie.
Yeah, we need to rent a remote station out of your location. Everybody pays rent.
My station's okay. There's probably better stations to remote into.
No, we want to rent one out of yours only. Fixed frequency and receive.
You just drive up with the Suburban and you can plug into my antenna.
Got out those days 20 years ago, brother.
Hey, GTO, this is WA2. You own a GTO?
Hello to you, sir.
Yeah, Whiskey Alpha 2, Juliet, India Delta, upstate New York. Just wondered if you got a Pontiac GTO.
My noise level's real high. You're going to have to let me know what he's saying or I can go to SDR.
He wants to know if you have a GTO, a Pontiac.
Oh, yeah, Juliet, India Delta.
3 and 3 deuces, factory 4-speed. Let me turn on the SDR so I can hear him.
Delta. Hey, Billy, can you hear me? WA2JID.
Yeah, I hear you just fine.
Yeah, okay, you got a good signal here. You're about 10K wide. Right.
I think I am too. Yeah, I was just wondering if GTO, into GTO, I'm running about 100 watts.
Yeah, cool. Doing well with 100 watts. I'm pretty much up on the legal limit right now. It was pretty nutty before the band was shifting around, so I just said, you know what, we'll just chuck it out there. And yeah, I'm pretty wide right now. I'm not running any bandwidth filtering. I don't usually run like this. Let me see. Put a couple filters in real quick. Burp, 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 derp. Okay, so now we're filtered down to where I usually run this thing. Should be only about... Well, you said I was 10K wide before. It's not much. I was expecting like 20K, but now I'm down to like 15K.
Put it back.
Okay, you guys, I gotta go. I gotta be up early tomorrow morning and head down to the hunting camp before sunlight, so I'm gonna hit the rack. You guys take care. Good QSO tonight. Good to hear you guys. WD8BIL as the Beaver.
Good night, Budley. Always nice talking with you. 73 good XOM, W2 very weak.
Good evening, 379 GTO.
See you later. All right, yeah, there we go. No bandwidth limiting. None of that stuff. W2BTK.
If anybody gets out of trouble, if anybody gets out of control, M1BCG could shut them down. Now, he'd have the remote button. There's a lot of times you gotta use your transmitter.
If you can figure out how to remote into this, 1950s tube transmitter, then, you can. You've my permission.
Could have sworn that thing had a USB plug on it.
Hey, son, I have a ton of signal link boxes. You were on.
A ton is not enough.
A ton of signal link boxes, yes. It only takes one box. That's it. I send the computer up there. It's over with.
Yeah, you need a rig blaster.
The signal link will work just fine. It'll pass all the audio.
You need and a phase blaster. Yeah, if you can remote into my stuff, you have my permission, and just do it. You don't need to ask. Just go ahead and do it. And then also, if you can pick my amplifier up off the floor, at least 6 inches off the floor, by yourself, you can have it.
If you can just get my transmitter out of my building, you can have it. Without taking it apart.
Let me make a measurement here if you don't mind. .555. Thank you.
Oh, I thought you wanted measurements of my transmitter.
I stopped smelling funny smells about an hour ago, Billy.
That's good. That's good. The break-in process it went well.
I think it was the chimney. I think somebody sprayed some Summer's Eve or something on it.
It's gonna sound like $1 million.
Thank you.
Of course,
What's
7700.
What's your grid meter deflection looking like?
Maybe a needle's width with really heavy modulation. Other than that, it just sits there dead.
My man, yep. That's pretty much what mine does.
Yeah, isn't that something?
It's great. It's great, and we're big blueing right now.
I'm happy about this. This thing kicked my ass, man. It really did. You know that, right?
Oh, I know. I think Big Blue's band switch did too.
Yeah, it did. You know what? Sometimes I wonder if I still have it.
I don't know. It works though. this crap works.
Yeah, it does kind of sort of work.
Oh, it works. Like, no kind of sorta, it works.
Hey,
I got my ass kicked by an 810 rig. You know?
Yeah, but that is esoteric and unfamiliar, and you can't find anybody alive who's ever built one.
Well, that thing worked until it blew up and I didn't fix it.
Yeah, but you're learning your limitations. You didn't know that you need to use modern insulation on your coil, where it's going to zorch out if it's less than 5 millimeters away from the next component. You didn't know any of that. You went in there and you said, I'm going to make this thing work.
Dang it.
Then you're going to get on the net.
Yeah, well, I'm not just the net, I get on the pre-net too.
Wait a minute, they let you get on the pre-net? Wow, you never told me that.
I've been on the pre-net, trust me. I might not have checked in, but I was on it. Yes?
If you could build an antenna any size you want, what would you build?
If I could build a what, any size I want?
Antenna, yes. If you could build an antenna, what would you build? Full wave, what would you build?
If I could build an antenna any size I want, what, for this frequency? I don't know. I'd build like a 5-element Yagi or something.
A 500-foot Yagi?
I'd just put 5 elements on, you know, and I would want to have some type of way to flip it from horizontal to vertical.
Oh, okay. So you can always run the middle line up and have 3 different lines resonant with each one, and then as soon as you hit the top, you can have a full wave loop horizontally strung up in a bunch of trees or something feet in the air. I was just curious as what you would do.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd want something directional. You know, I could spin it around and not hear stuff, or, you know, spin it one way and be really loud.
I like the idea of being able to null somebody out with the receiving loop.
I'd get me an NMO mount.
Isn't that them new Motorola's?
Yeah, man, I get me an NMO mount and might reinforce the roof a little bit with a couple of strips. Then I get me some of that RG58, man, I'd be styling.
If you go to my Carousel page and go to the map, you can see back there on the woods where all the woods are. You can understand why I'm saying antenna, antenna, antenna.
Well, I mean, like, for what, like this local talking stuff? I don't know. I think the dipole works well. I'd like to get this up higher. Verticals would be cool, but like I don't do like a lot of DX stuff. I really enjoy just having like a good signal up and down the East Coast, and you know this setup does that.
Oh yeah, you're made for that. Tiger in California has a chance.
Well, that's silly stuff.
Yeah, it's just Mother Nature thing. But I'll listen to Half Moon Bay and hear you guys in there really good. Sometimes I can't hear you and I love to enjoy the conversation. It'll go real weird. You and M1BCG and everybody will be putting on a good show, and then I'll say, Tim, where in hell are they? I go into Boston, they go to Half Moon Bay, or go to here, go to there. I eventually find you somewhere.
I want Dave to build those 224 push-pull thing.
That's really stupid, Billy. Why would I ever do that?
I don't know.
You got KFS up there right now?
Yes, I do. Oh, snap. Yeah, we're there.
I'm telling
you. Build you one.
That's a horse race right there. Check that.
1111.
Yeah. Yeah, do you need an MRI?
Yeah, just get that pistol and LD hemolysis with a 10 out of 9, you're done. That's what K5IA used to do.
Yeah, there ain't no silicon here, man. None.
Yeah, there's a little silicon in the beginning, but the final is all glass. It gives it lots of glass.
No, ain't got no glass neither.
Oh yeah, I'm using glass in the finals. I'm gonna go get the wife a slick rub. I'll be listening with my earpiece. I'm on GTO.
All right, Louie. That's kind of like Daryl. You ever talk to Daryl? That's the glass from the past with the great big old T368 transmitter.
Oh yeah, I've talked to Daryl many times.
Me too. On 27 megahertz.
Did you ever work Daryl on 27 megahertz?
I have. He keyed on me bad. And I remember one night, I think I was on my 148 that I was direct feeding the bounce modulator in, and it sounded pretty good. And he was out there, I think he was running his Globe King, and he sounded really good, and that was a lot of fun.
That's amazing. Yeah, you really were in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, I'm going to have to call Papa Pump and Real Steel. Of course, I think Russo passed away on me. And what's the other guy's name? Oh, Taffy, late 3 1. I need to call them up and tell them that they need to get their generals.
I think a lot of CB guys are starting to think that way. Like, man, I need to get my general.
Yep. Some of them do. The ones that have learned how to listen might go places, but then you got the CB guys that think they know everything, and they're never going to make it.
You got those who know, those who think they know, and those who know nothing at all. And then GTO hit you guys about 20.
All right, Louie. But, I mean, anybody who actually comes out here and does it regularly and wants to, like, keep up and this and that, like, you really can't unless you learn something or know something. I mean, even if you do buy an Anon or whatever, you got to set all that crap up. You got to learn about much larger antennas and how to deal with all that and, like, get on the air. Even, like, you know, for just a dude who's used to, like, CB stuff, that's a lot of stuff to learn, even if you're not running anything cool.
It's all about communications. If you want to learn about communications, you got to stop talking and start listening. And if you're lucky, you have enough intelligence to absorb what's being put out there. And if you don't, you got to hit the books. Everybody has to hit the books. You could be a doctorate EE, and you still have to hit the books and consult with other people who are up at the top. That's how it works. Anyway, I'm going to check on out of here. I'm going to call this here experiment a success. I don't smell no funny smells. I'm looking at my camera here. Everything's good. I see myself up here in Hawaii SDR, and Siberian SDR, and South American SDR, and SDR on the West Coast. Everything's working good. I got all the windows open here, Billy, and you're making it into all of them also. So, thanks for the fine business, QSO. Good night, Lou. Everybody else out here. Saventi Tracy, good DXOMs. W2BTK in the group. This is W2 Very Weak here on Beechwood Mountain, New Jersey. Try and find it on the map. W2 Very Weak.
All right there, Dave. Yeah, your MRI equipment is working really well. Sounds great. You always sound great. I wonder if you fiddled around with your. Well, I guess you did. You got your audio processing crap dialed back in. Great success. I'm glad you're having fun with this crap. I almost feel bad for like the QRM guys, you know, with their 811H and G5RV antenna and this and that. Man, it's really not fair. It's not fair, Dave, what you're doing. But that's okay. I find great enjoyment in it. And I believe that is what the hobby's about. So anyway, they're saying goodnight to you in the Twitch chat there, Dave. 639 Arizona. We know him. From the Mall Droppers website. He's waving at you. And yeah, real good cue. So I have enjoyed talking to you for the past 2 hours, 56 minutes, and 19 seconds, I must say. W2VW. We'll see you later from W2BTK.
Good night out there in Arizona. Hopefully you're getting me direct a little bit. I can keep up with BTK. Thanks, Billy. Good night. W2 very weak.
WA2JID, I'm still in here.
Hey, JID. Hanging in there. I might follow suit with Dave in a couple minutes here. I think 3 hours is a good amount of time to be out here in QSO, you know? But I'll throw it back and forth with you for a second there. I think I heard somebody else key up there and give their call sign. It was a little low. I didn't get it the first time.
November 3. Yeah, through the bunker there. Go ahead. WA2JID.
Yep, JID, I hear you. And there's also a November 3 out there.
Yeah, November 3, Sierra Hotel Mike.
N3SHM, good evening. A 3-land must be in Pennsylvania or thereabouts.
Yeah, just outside of Philadelphia. Where's everybody located at out here?
I'm not exactly sure where JID is. He can let you know that. I'll throw it over to him. But I'm here in Washington, New Jersey, only about 4 miles from the PA border, in the top half of the state here.
Okay, what are we on? WA2JID. M3 SHM. I guess you're hearing me, but I'm not hearing anything. And I'm in upstate New York. I'm actually 6 miles from the PA border, 10 miles west of Binghamton, New York, in upstate New York. WA2JID here. I'm not even hearing him, Billy.
Yeah, it's right. He's coming in okay here, a little bit lower than you, but you guys doubled there for a second. But yeah, you guys are fine. I don't know if you're not hearing each other. I hate to jet on you, but I'm probably gonna be shutting down this station in a moment here. So I'll sign. I've got my my Twitch stream going here, so I usually hang out and chat with them for a couple minutes. So I'm gonna sign off the air, say 7-3 to you guys, and start that process. So I'll talk to all you guys later out here on the air. It's W2BTK saying good night.
Yeah, okay, good night, Billy. Yeah, I was watching you on Twitch chat there a little while ago. Anyway, I was just hoping to talk to Louis again. I think he's gone. Maybe he'll be back. I want to talk about Pontiacs a little bit. I'm a Pontiac collector, too. So anyway, 7-3, and catch you another night. Whiskey Alpha 2, Juliet, India Delta, 10 miles west of Binghamton, New York. 7-3.
Yep, 7-3. And Louis said he'd be back in 20 minutes when he left, so he should be any minute. Catch you later, guys. W2BTK. All right, yeah, dude. Look at that, the big screen. Ooh, I'm looking a little shaggy there. Anyway, yeah, fun stream tonight. Had a lot of people checking into the chat. A lot of new faces. Well, new chatters. People stopping by. It's been a pretty cool night. So, get you 3 hours of ham radio there. Anyway, we got a new mod. That's pretty cool. Maybe have some extra features in the chat, like a bot and stuff. He's going to help me set some of that stuff up because I've been slacking on all that. But yeah, guys, thanks for all the follows, or anybody who followed tonight. We had a subscription. You know, it's really cool. I'm glad all you guys are enjoying the content and the little, you know, it's a pretty cool little community we got going here. We're all into radio, this and that. So I like seeing that. Anyway. Yeah, 639, thanks for stopping by, man. I'm probably streaming tomorrow night, too, I would imagine. I got to rip into this Kenwood 830 here tomorrow, get that going, because I want to get back on the air with the vector signal generator setup. So we'll be doing some of that crap. Yeah, other than that, guys, thanks for hanging out. A lot of fun. I'll be hanging out in Discord for a little while after the stream. So if you want to keep chatting, I'll be in there. So 7-3 guys, see you later. Those of you non-radio guys, if anyone's watching, we always say 7-3. You might wonder what that means. It means best regards. It's just a shorthand, Morse code. You know, CW operators use it. So they don't have to, you know, code a lot of characters there. We just say 7-3. So most of you guys probably know that, but I like to throw all that crap in there anyway. And Russ, hey, KK4HUJ. Thanks for lurking, man. Don't be a stranger, you know. Glad you're back. So, all right, guys, I won't drag this out. I'll see you later. Probably going to be streaming tomorrow night, so look for that notification. You know, if you're not following, if you do that, you'll get the notifications when I go live, so you can come hang out. Anyway, peace out, everybody.